Like a beacon on a hilltop, Pryor breezes furrow the black and gold. On Valentine's night, the Buffs have a date with the Tigers in Mays County. But instead of chocolates and roses, the Lady Buffaloes are hoping to give the opposition across the scores table an L for the sixth straight game. The Lady Buffaloes haven't been this hot in the win column since they brought home gold in 2022, and they intend to stay on the right track. As for the boys, with two final games in district play, tonight is a must-win if they want to climb back into the top half of the district standings. Can McAlester serve up some heartbreak to the home crowd, or will it be Pryor showing the win column some love? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to the Burdick Center in Pryor Creek, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, along with Nate Brown, and you are tuned into the Lady Buffalo pregame show here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM on the KNED app, as well as at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab. Video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. Tonight we have the Pryor Lady Tigers and your McAlester Lady Buffaloes. Partner, this Lady Buffaloes team just keeps on finding ways to get it done. Winners of 5 in a row, 7 of their last 8 after starting the season 0-10. There's something special brewing with Coach Bashir's squad, and a win tonight would be the biggest win of the season for them and to keep their chances at the 5 seed alive.
Oh, you're absolutely right. This is one of the more talented teams that McAllister's faced this season, but it's a team that they can absolutely beat, especially with the win streak. Like you said, they've been on winning 5 in a row and 7 of their last 8. I'm ready to see if they can get it done here tonight.
All right, let's preview the McAlester Lady Buffaloes 7-11 in Coach Courtney Bashir's opening season at the helm. The Lady Buffaloes continue to roll, as we mentioned, but it was not easy back on Tuesday. A gritty come-from-behind win for the Lady Buffaloes marks their 5th straight win and their 7th in 8 games, as we mentioned. The Lady Buffaloes trailed by 14 in the first and slowly started chipping away, leading to a tied game after 32 minutes with the Lady Buffaloes entering overtime, down 2 starters due to foul-outs and 2 more players with 4 fouls. However, down by 1 with 13 seconds left, senior Avery Albertson hit a game-winning 3. McAlester shot 45% from the field to Memorial's 36%, 42% from 3 to 33% for the Lady Chargers. Meanwhile, Tulsa Memorial stayed in the game at the free throw line. Get this, Tulsa Memorial was 19 of 30. They took 30 free throw attempts to 13 of 18 for McAlester. Memorial made 1 more free throw than McAlester attempted, and they still weren't even 65% from the free throw line. So as you look at the Lady Buffaloes and who got it done, you start off with Cambry Zoomer. She had 19 points on 40% shooting. She also had 5 rebounds and 2 steals. As for Avery Albertson, once again, 10 points, and she had the game winner, like we talked about, was electric, one of the loudest that we were able to hear. The MAC to this point in its 2 years being the home of the McAlester Lady Buffaloes basketball team. She was 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Rylan Less now had 14 points, all in regulation, 4 of 6 from the field, 6 of 7 from the charity stripe, 3 rebounds as well. And Taylor Williams continues to be strong, 10 points, 45% shooting, 7 rebounds, 4 steals for Taylor Williams now. And that was the most steals that she's had in the game by far. In her last 8 games, 55% from the field, 5.3 rebounds per game, and 7.6 points per game after having 1.8 points per game in their first 10 games.
Yeah, she's on quite the hot streak right now.
You know, we talk about Zoomer, and we talk about Albertson, and we talk about Les now, talk about Nystrom, but Taylor Williams might be one of the biggest keys to why the Lady Buffaloes continue to win, because that's just an extra piece to the puzzle, and that makes you have that complete, well-oiled machine.
Right.
So, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes trying to make it 6 in a row. Again, they've already won the most games that they've had in a row since they won, I believe, 8 in a row on their way to a gold ball back in 2022. Can they win 6 in a row and have their biggest win of the season to date? We're about to find out. We're going to be previewing the Pryor Lady Tigers here in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at bentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
Welcome back to Mays County. I'm Brandon Green along with Nate Brown. Here in the pregame show, we previewed your Lady Buffaloes. Now let's take a look at McAllister's opponent, the 17-5 Pryor Lady Tigers, led by head coach Donnie Martin. So the Lady Tigers are currently third place in the 5A4 standings. Let's take a peek at those standings. At number 1, Coweta, 12-0 plus 159. Durant, number 2, 10-2 plus 105. Pryor is at 9-3 plus 81 at third place in the 5A4 standings. Tulsa Will Rogers hanging on to fourth right now at 6-6 plus 2 in the plus minus. Tulsa Memorial and McAllister are tied for fifth, but Tulsa Memorial does own a 16-point advantage over the McAllister Lady Buffaloes. That means that Memorial is actually fifth right now. McAllister is at sixth. Tahlequah is at seventh, so McAllister has made that jump. But no matter if McAllister, I believe if McAllister wins or loses this game, I still think that you have to be able to beat Tahlequah tomorrow, depending on what happens with Tahlequah today. Because even if you lose or win this game and Tahlequah wins their game tonight, and they're still down a game on you, or down a game behind you right now, and they're coming into tomorrow a game behind you, if they win, then they have the season head-to-head over you by sweeping you this season. So tomorrow is going to be even more important than today, but it's also important that Lady Buffaloes, if they can rattle off a win, it's still a big deal because that leaves the 5 seat still open for the Lady Buffaloes. Begin 7th, Tahlequah 3-9, negative 65. In 8th place, Edison Prep 0-13, 161. Their spot at the 8th place has been locked up there. And also, this game is pretty big for the Pryor Lady Tigers, too. So Pryor and Durant right now at 3-2. Pryor's just on the outside of hosting. If Pryor wins or Durant loses to Coweta, there will be a battle for the 2 seed and to host in the last game of the season between Durant and Pryor.
I don't think that could have worked out better.
Yeah, whoever wins that game would be hosting, would get the 2 seed.
That's pretty cool.
So, but if Pryor loses, then that might shake things up because if they lose that game and Durant ends up winning, it's over. Pryor cannot get the 2 seed. Right. So tonight is an important game for the Lady Tigers, and also they're taking a peek and seeing what the Durant Lady Lions are doing in their game tonight as well. So looking at their points per game, 50.2 points per game. They're giving up 37.4 points per game, so much better than they were a year ago. They were 5-19 a season ago, and they lost to Memorial in the regional tournament, 64-47. That ended their season. Since then, they have been awesome. 17-5 under head coach Donnie Martin. They have gone 12-3 since their win over McAllister back on December 20th. That was the final game of the calendar year 2024. They beat McAllister 50-37. As we look at that game, Lady Buffaloes led a second quarter, killed their chances of coming back. McAllister shot 13% worse, was out-rebounded 32-20, including 16-9 on the offensive glass. Without Bodie Nystrom on the floor due to injury, Pryor also had 5 less turnovers. McAllister was great from the free throw line, though. They were 17 of 21 for 81%. After going down 40-20, McAllister outscored Pryor the rest of the way 17-10. But at one point, they made it an 8-point game. But how much of a difference I know you're going to have your players to watch a little bit later on. How much of a difference will having Bodie Nystrom make tonight that we didn't get to have back in December?
Well, I think it's going to make a big difference. She's the big post presence that you were missing in this game last time around. And I think she could make a big-time difference in this game.
All right, so now that does lead us into our players to watch for the McAllister Lady Buffaloes. And, you've got a couple of them, Rylan Lesnow, Cambry Zoomer, and then Taylor Williams, all centering around rebounds.
Yep. Like I said, Rylan Lesnow is my first player to watch. She had a very efficient day against the Lady Chargers, scoring 14 points on just 6 shots from the field before she ended up fouling out in the fourth quarter. Cambry Zoomer's next. She also had a great day at the office on Tuesday, scoring a team-high 19 points along with 2 steals. And finally, we've got Taylor Williams, who came up clutch when the Lady Buffs needed her after both Lesnow and Bodie Nystrom fouled out in the late stages of the game, scoring 10 points, bringing down 7 rebounds, and recording, as you mentioned, at least a season high 4 steals, more than likely a career high.
Yes, that was a season high because I think she only had 7 or 9 steals coming into that game.
Wow.
And she had 4 and 1.
And she also led the team in plus-minus with a plus 14 in that game. And one thing one key thing all three of them have in common is that they are three of the top 4 leading rebounders, which will directly lead into my keys to the game. First off, you have to win the rebounding battle tonight. In the second quarter back on December 20th, Pryor out-rebounded McAlester 10-3 just in the second quarter.
Oh, wow.
Which led to them being outscored 13-5 in the second quarter, where Pryor brought down 8 offensive rebounds in the second quarter. They had 8 offensive rebounds in the second quarter. Make Pryor go one and done on the offensive side, and you're already better off. Number 2, carry over the three-point momentum. McAlester shot 5 of 12, just under 50% from three-point range against the Lady Chargers on Tuesday, compared to 2 of 6 against Pryor last time out. Make Pryor guard you from the perimeter, and that's going to open lanes for Les now, Taylor Williams, and Bodie Nystrom to work down low. And finally, keep the turnovers numbers low. McAlester was a -5 in the turnover margin against Pryor last time out, and near dead even with the Lady Chargers. With this team, along with most teams, winning the turnover battle is key if you're going to extend this winning streak to 6 games and 8 out of the last 9.
I'm going to give you guys a number also to keep in mind for the next 4 quarters. 50.
Okay.
When Pryor is scoring 50, which is their season average, when they're scoring 50 or more, they are undefeated. When they are scoring under their season average of 50, they have a losing record at 4-5. So if McAlester, seems like if history will repeat itself and then our patterns will remain true, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes need to hold the Pryor Lady Tigers to under 50 tonight if they want their best chance of winning.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we're going to take a break, 2-minute break, and then we're going to be having our national anthem, our starting lineups, and our tip-off here from Burdick Center in Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Welcome back to the Burdick Center here in Pryor Creek, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside Nate Brown here tonight as we're covering the final road game of the regular season here on Valentine's night. Thank you so much for being able to spend your Valentine's night with us. So hopefully we're a good date. Hey, we do have our national anthem about to be played here at the Burdick Center. Again, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes, so far on the road this season, they are 1-6, but their one win came just a week ago in Tulsa. That was against the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, where McAlester won 59-24. They're trying to make it 2 road game wins in a row in their 6th consecutive win on the season. As everyone's getting quiet here, it looks like we're about to have, well, that's not our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies.
That was the intro to the Chicago Bulls. All right, now let's send it down to the floor.
This evening from McAlester Pryor High School in the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association promotes good sportsmanship by students, athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Thank you for your cooperation and good luck to both teams. At this time, if everyone would please stand, and representing Pryor High School, we have Riley Brook honoring America with the singing of our national anthem.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Bradley. Great job.
That's a great one right there, partner.
That was fantastic.
All right, we're about to have tip-off here, but first we're going to be having our starting lineups. Again, this is Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown. And by the way, if you're watching on the video stream right now, I know that it might look a little dark on the floor. That's how it's going to look for the entirety of tonight. We recommend that you boost up that resolution quality, your brightness and your resolution quality. Usually you can bring it up all the way to about 720. So make sure you try doing that over in your settings tab on the YouTube bottom right side of your screen there. You'll see that little settings tab. You can higher your resolution here. That's a tip for anywhere you're going to be at. Yep. All right, let's look at the starting lineup. Starting off with your McAlester Lady Buffaloes, 7-11 on the year, led by head coach Courtney Bashirs in her first season. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes wearing their road black-on-black uniforms with the gold numerals on the front and back, and McAlester in gold across the front. You have sophomore guard number 1, Cambry Zoomer, coming off a 19-point performance and leading the team in points per game at 13.9. Senior guard number 3, Avery Alberson, coming off her game-winning three-pointer last Tuesday against the Tulsa Memorial Lady Chargers. A senior moment indeed. Your sophomore guard number 5, Rylan Lesnow, coming off a 14-point performance and leading the team in rebounds per game at 7.4. Sophomore guard number 21, Taylor Williams, as we mentioned, 7.6 points per game in her last 8. And senior guard number 24, Shiley Mason, leading the team in three-point percentage for the Lady Buffaloes by about 3%. Now let's look at the 5A Pryor Lady Tigers, currently third in the 5A4 standings, led by head coach Donnie Martin, 17-5 on the season. They're wearing their home white-on-white uniforms with the, looks like,
that's pink.
Yeah, that's going to be pink there for the Pryor Lady Tigers.
They are decked out in pink today.
Yeah, pink on the front, pink on the back. And let's look at the starting lineup. It's going to be 4 seniors and 1 freshman. Starting off with number 1, Brenna Wigington, the 5'7" senior guard. Number 4, the lone freshman, Kaylee Kerr, the 5'8" freshman guard. Number 20, Maggie Martin, the 5'9" senior forward. Number 22, Jonah Daly, the 5'6" senior guard. And number 24, Peyton Marlette, the 5'8" senior forward. We're about to have your tip-off brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and offers a 50-50 split. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester, behind at Dollar General. Any final thoughts before we get started here, partner?
One final key that I was just thinking about, don't let Pryor get out to a hot start. Make sure you slow the game down. Make sure you play it at your pace, and I think you'll be off to a good start.
McAlester will be moving it right to left across your radio dial and video screen when they have the ball. Pryor left to right. Ball's in the air. Tip is won by Pryor, and it's basketball time here in the Heartland as they go up with a quick 2 and a block shot by Cambry Zoomer. Gets the rebound as well, and that's how this one gets started. So Zoomer down the middle of the floor, coast to coast, bounce passes it late along the baseline to Lesnow. Lesnow takes it out beyond the perimeter 15 seconds into the first. Lesnow tries to drive, stops high post, bounce passes it out to the front court and finds Zoomer. Pryor with the man-to-man defense right now. Overhead pass, finding Alberson. Alberson left wing, throws it between the circles to Williams, quickly swings it right wing to Mason. Mason overhead pass straight away. Zoomer straight away 3, just off the right side of the rim, and it's rebounded down in the low post by Kerr. Down the floor goes Wigington. Wigington to the high post, lobs outside. Fake and dry, baseline, shovel pass inside. Finding Martin. Martin for 2, got it. Over Shiley Mason, and those are our first 2 points of the contest. Pryor Lady Tigers leading 2-0 over the Lady Buffaloes. Here's a pass across the timeline, breaking the press. And Zoomer taking it herself high off the glass, can't finish at the low post area. Rebounded by Maggie Martin.
You need to convert on those in this game, Brandon.
Daly Passes it far corner, three-pointer up in the air by Wigington, and that one rattles home. Pryor out to an early 5-0 lead. McAlester went down 18-4 against Tulsa Memorial back on Tuesday. They chipped away at that lead, and they ended up winning the game in overtime. Led by as many as 4 in regulation. Right now, the McAlester down 5-0, 6:35 left in the first. Les now down the middle of the floor, stopping just inside the three-point line. Lost the ball, stolen by Kerr. Kerr in front of Les now. Goes over the right-handed layup way high at the glass, but somehow bangs off the front side of the rim and falls through. It's a quick 7-0 lead here for the Lady Tigers, which, Nate, you were mentioning is something that you did not want to see here. Like right before tip-off, you were mentioning that.
Right. I mean, this is exactly the start that you did not want if you're a McAlester fan.
Avery Alverson in the front court. Works herself around Wigington. Pass high post to Williams. Backdoor cut to Rylan Les now, and those are the first 2 points for the Lady Buffaloes. The right-handed layup from the sophomore Les now makes it 7-2. 5:55 left in the first. Pop and shot, left elbow 2 will go right down the hoop for Maggie Martin.
Pryor starting out 4 of 5 from the field right now. Just getting whatever they want.
9-2, McAlester trails, 5:43 left in the first. McAlester has had 1 stop, and it was the opening possession. Alberson's fouled along the far sideline. There's a couple of Lady Tigers in the area, and it looks like it's going to be on Maggie Martin.
That'll be the first team foul, her first personal.
Martin, the 5'9" senior forward, already with an early 4 points here on her senior night. It is senior night for the Lady Tigers here tonight. Down the far sideline, Zoomer tries to split the defenders, lost the ball in the process, skips over to a Lady Tiger. Now with the long pass, in the clear is Wigington, who makes the left-handed layup. She's up to 5 points. Now it's an 11-2 Pryor Lady Tiger lead. Zoomer breaks the press with a pass from Williams. 2-on-2 in transition, down to the low post. Contested 2, won't go. Rolls off. And looks like the Lady Tigers have a little bit of trouble trying to handle the ball in the high post area, but it is taken by the pink and white tonight.
McAllister's figured out how to break the full court press. They're having issues with the half court press right
Wigington from a different zip code leaves the shot short on the three-point attempt. As Albertson was trying to grab the rebound, she was held from the left arm area. Leads to an offensive board. Right wing three from the other side is short and rebounded by Zoomer after a tip from Williams. Lady Buffaloes down 11-2. Far sideline pass finds its way to Les now. Now back to a trailing Zoomer. 4:40 left in the first. McAlester trailing 11-2. Pryor applying pressure defensively. Pass to the right wing to Williams. Williams lobs top of the key. Now quick swing to the left wing to Zoomer. Zoomer overhead pass finds Williams wide open low post area and misses the shot. She has not been missing a lot of those here, but McAlester just has not had their shot go so far today. Albertson with a nice pick, gets the steal. 2-on-2 in transition again. Bounce passes it to a trailing Zoomer in the corner. Wide open near corner three, won't go. Williams offensive board. Second chance here for the Lady Buffaloes. Zoomer angle left.
You're going to need to capitalize on these second chance opportunities.
That's a clear foul there on Jonah Daly. And we're about to have a near line change come in for the Lady Tigers. A few starters that played in the last game against McAlester didn't start this one, including Anna Raymond, who led the team in points back when these two teams played in December. She checks in.
And I imagine Coach was just wanting to get the seniors in there for a start.
Albertson inbounds to Mason. Tries to give it back to Albertson. She was still stepping out of bounds. This is a nightmarish start for the Lady Buffaloes against the best team that they've played so far in their last 8 games. I would even include Broken Bow in that.
Yeah.
4 minutes left in the first. Stopping top of the key. Nice feed inside from the right block. Scoring is Taylor Vance, who just checked in, the 5'7" sophomore forward. She's on the score sheet, and on inbound, nearly stolen by Wigington. She stumbles towards the far corner. And it'll stay with Lady Buffaloes. Coach Bashirs needs a timeout. 3:52 left in the first. McAlester trailing 13-2 to Pryor. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
So we find ourselves in a very familiar position than what we saw on Tuesday. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes are down 18-4 before a first quarter timeout. Led McAlester getting their rhythm offensively. Coach Bashirs called a timeout then. She calls a timeout now with their team down 13-2. 3:43 left in the first. Mason tries passing it down to the low post. And here's an early turnover here out of the break by Wigington. Wigington looking ahead, tries to find Raymond and does so, saving the pass. Back outside, right wing 3, Wigington won't go. Down in the low post, Lesnow trying to get the rebound, and she saved it, but threw it right to a Lady Tiger as she was falling out of bounds. Right elbow, Raymond outside, right wing. Chupp for 3. Off the front side of the iron, another offensive rebound. Back out to the right wing to Chupp. Chupp passes around the front court to Wigington. Finds baseline. Overhead pass on a bounce, finding it back to Chupp. Bounce pass baseline. 10-foot jumper along the baseline, won't go right side. Lesnow comes up with a rebound, then we'll have a jump ball. It'll stay with the Lady Buffaloes, though. McAlester lucky that the Lady Tigers did not score on that possession.
Right, I mean, 2 offensive rebounds, and looks like Bodie Nystrom checking in for Taylor Williams here, trying to solve that issue.
Albertson inbounds. This is the first bit of playing time for Bodie Nystrom against the Pryor Lady Tigers this season, as she missed the last game due to injury. Down the near sideline, Albertson could not handle the ball. She was double-teamed her entire dribble towards the Pryor bench.
Man, that is already the 6th turnover by the Lady Buffs here in just this first quarter.
Lady Buffaloes on the season averaging 19.4 turnovers a game. Top of the key, Wigington stops just inside the 3-point line, outside. Right wing 3 on the way, short by Nunley. And the rebound is by another number 3, Avery Albertson. Pass ahead to Lesnow. Lesnow has the numbers, 3-on-2, spin move, low post, up for 2, too strong with the shot. Ball's inside the paint, rolling around the floor, taken by the Lady Tigers. They'll try to push it. Chupp with the ball. Coast to coast. Low post. 2 is too strong. And a rebound by Avery Albertson, leading to a Lady Tiger hanging on her back.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say good transition defense by Cambry Zoomer, forcing that missed shot.
It's the 3rd team foul on Pryor, first on number 31.
Which would be Anna Raymond. Albertson inbounds to Nystrom. Shovel pass back to Albertson, who will take it across the half-court line with a pass now to Mason. Mason far corner. Tries feeding it inside to Nystrom. They're going to say last touch by Nystrom, who couldn't handle it. Well guarded inside the paint. Another turnover on the Lady Buffaloes. They've only scored 2 points so far from Rylan Lesnow, and shots that they've been making during their win streak, they're not making so far in the first quarter.
Right, and we're seeing some mental mistakes, too, that we haven't seen from them in a while.
High post Vance tried going to the low post area, and there will be McAllister's first team foul.
It's going to be on Shiley Mason, her first.
Yeah, McAllister, I mean, just looking at them so far, as here's a low post 2 that's made and 1. Taylor Vance makes it a 15-2 game here early. I mean, just multiple players not just finding their shot so far is really what we're looking at here.
And that was quickly Shiley Mason's second foul. She's going to check out. Kaylee Knight checking in.
So Lady Buffalo's got to figure something out and got to figure it out quickly. They're about to be down by 14 as Vance does hit the free throw. 16-2 against a team that's only lost 5 games all year and is well on pace to be able to break their season average scoring-wise. Driving, Zoomer for 2, won't get it. Offensive board, Lesnow off balance 2, won't go either. Bodie Nystrom grabs the ball, and a quick jump ball leads to it being Pryor's basketball. A lot of shots for McAllister in the paint. They cannot convert yet tonight.
McAllister right now just 1 of 9 from the field.
It's not good.
It's not what you want.
Plainly put, 1:44 left in the first. Dribbling right side, stepping inside the 3-point line, back outside, near corner 3 on the way, and missed by Nunley. Ball goes rolling out of bounds, last touch, I believe, by the shooter, and it will be Lady Buffalo basketball here. Down 16-2, 1:34 left in the first. I was going to mention this before we had the and 1. It was 1 quarter that beat McAllister against Pryor last time, too. All the other, as here's another tip and steal, this time taken by Nunley. Nunley stops inside the 3-point line, feeds it back outside to Vance. Vance penetrates with the dribble, back outside to Nunley. Nunley shovel pass to the left hand, swinging it quickly around to the left wing. Wigington to the high post. Raymond for 2, missed it. And it bounces over to Rylan Lesnow, who's got the rebound in his double team. She bounce passes it now to Albertson. Long pass, finding Zoomer. Zoomer, quick feed to the low post. Stopping, 2 is up and made by Bodie Nystrom. And that ends that run that the Lady Tigers went on, that 9-0 run. It's now 16-4. 55 seconds left in the first. Raymond to the right wing. To Chupp. Excuse me, that's Nunley. Bounce pass to the baseline, back out straight away. Chupp feeds the left wing to Wigington. Wigington overhead pass to the far corner. Looking to the left wing. Quickly back to the right to Nunley. 36 seconds left in the first. Feeding it near corner to Vance. Vance stopped by Knight. Back to the top of the key. Long 3 left wing by Wigington. Back iron. A long rebound finds its way back to the Lady Tigers. They'll have a second chance here. Chubb dribbles in, double team, pass back out. Raymond takes the right wing three, short on that shot as well. Kaylee Knight has the rebound. 16 seconds to try to make some noise here before we end the first quarter. Lady Buffaloes down by 12. 10 seconds. Zoomer between the circles. 8 seconds. Overhead pass finding Knight left wing. 5 seconds. Knight needing to find someone. 4 seconds. Threw it over to a Lady Tiger with 2 seconds. To the half-court line, that will be the buzzer as Chubb will let the first quarter end without a shot. So after 1 quarter of play, it's all Pryor so far, 16-4. As we go to the second, you're listening to Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Beginning quarter number 2, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes in a hole against one of the best teams in 5A4, the Pryor Lady Tigers here at, I think it's the Bedrick Center here. Here's a missed 2 that's going to be missed again after an offensive rebound by Rylan Lesnow. 16-4 is our score. 7:45 left in the first half. Driving, stopping, Wigginton, low post, back outside. Raymond, left wing 3, air ball, rebounded by Lesnow. Lesnow trying to get around a Lady Tiger and drawing the foul on number 20, Maggie Martin. That would be Martin's second, first team foul of the second quarter on the Lady Tigers. So far, McAllister's lucky, though, that the Lady Tigers have not been able to shoot the 3-ball at the same regularity that they did back in December.
Right now, they are 1 of 10 from three-point range.
They were 31% back at the MAC in December. Avery Alberson with the pass across the half-court line after she was double-teamed. Back to Alberson. Wigginton on her near the circle, and she's pushed by Wigginton.
And that's the second team foul on Pryor in the second quarter. That's just Wigginton's first.
7:24 left in the first half. Lady Buffaloes down by 12. Alberson will have a side out here with the pass to the backcourt to Cambry Zoomer. Zoomer takes it across the timeline and waits, guarded up by Daly. Stopping right wing. Still trying to get around Daly, and she's dribbled the ball off the out-of-bounds line along the far sideline. Nothing really transpired there with that offensive set, and it gives the ball back to the Lady Tigers. McAllister's turnover bug has come back tonight.
Right.
Lady Buffaloes weren't great with the turnovers, but again, in 5 quarters, because I'm counting overtime, 21 turnovers. McAllister against Pryor last time, just 17. Near corner, Vance passes inside, low post to Marlette. Marlette bounces it to the feet of a Lady Tiger. This one will go to the backcourt and will be a backcourt violation. Wigginton tried her best to be able to save the basketball, diving after it, but to no avail. 6:50 left in the first half. McAllister down 16-4. Trying to find some type of rhythm offensively.
And that was just the first unforced Pryor turnover.
Nystrom hands off to Alberson in the corner of the front court. Guarded by Wigginton. Alberson creates contact, passes to Zoomer left front court. Zoomer overhead pass, left elbow. Good feed inside to Alberson. Alberson fouled as she was traveling along the baseline.
And that's the third team foul on Pryor. Foul's going to be on number 24.
That's Peyton Marlette. That's just her first. So everyone on the floor for the Lady Tigers has a foul except for Kaylee Kerr. Inbound low post. No made shot by Nystrom. She tries getting the rebound. There's a foul first on the Lady Buffs. This should be only the second foul on McAllister this game. This one's on Rylan Lesnow, her first. There's shots inside the paint. McAllister's not making their contested shots.
Yeah, right now McAllister is just 2 of 13 from the field.
I think we've only had one free throw this entire game so far. Lob out near corner. Daly dribbles inside the three-point line, right side. Daly lobs it back out left wing. Kerr on the drive. Kerr to the low post. Air balls the shot with the left hand. Last touch by Lady Tiger out of bounds. McAlester basketball still, despite them not being able to really score so far, since about the 3-minute mark in the first quarter, McAllister's held Pryor to 2, 3, 4 points.
Right, it hasn't been a bad quarter defensively from McAlester so far. They just have to get something going on offense.
Now, granted, the Lady Tigers are a really good defensive team. They're holding opponents to 37 points a game, and here's another steal. Kerr is going to be fouled by Avery Albertson after the steal, so 2 free throws from Kaylee Kerr on the way. That'll be Albertson's first personal foul. Team is second here on the Lady Buffs in the second quarter.
Honestly, I'm fine with that foul. Just make her earn it at the free throw line.
McAllister's uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Lady Tigers have applied pressure like you wouldn't believe so far. Kerr makes the first free throw. Lady Tigers were only 10 of 20 from the charity stripe against McAlester back on December 20th. 10 of 20. Second free throw is made, though, and so far today they are 3 of 3. 18-4, McAlester down. That was a similar score as McAlester not playing well at all. Bodie Nystrom got the inbound, tried throwing it back to Avery Albertson, who inbounded the ball, and it went wide of Albertson out of bounds. So now Shiley Mason will check in.
She's going to check in for Nystrom.
I mentioned McAlester just not looking comfortable. They have not looked like this, really, since that bad loss that they had to open up the Bridge Creek tournament. Right wing, passing inside, finding its intended target. Shot nearly goes over the backboard by number 24, Peyton Marlette. It's rebounded by Knight. Knight tried giving it to Zoomer, and luckily for the Lady Buffaloes, it was touched by Wigington before it went out of bounds. So it will be McAlester Lady Buff basketball down 18-4 in what has been a defensive second quarter thus far. Not a made shot from the field so far by either team. He sees another interception, this time by Taylor Vance. Vance stops right wing to Wigington in the front court. Wigington feeds it left wing. Finding Bailey Smith, I believe that is. Excuse me, that's the number 20. I think it's Daly again.
22.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard to see from the far sideline. It's a darker gym tonight, just darker along the front court here. Far corner three now by Daly is, again, nothing but net. Another far corner made three by the Lady Tigers makes it 21-4.
That's just their second three-pointer made so far.
But it's all been from that one area, just the 2 3-pointers that they have made. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Daly, who just hit the three. And luckily for Shiley Mason, that was not going to be a foul on the three-point attempt. That was a chance at a 4-point play because Daly hit the deck.
Right, I'm surprised she didn't get that call.
21-4, McAlester trails. 5:08 left in the half. Pass inside, trying to find Knight. Last touch by Lady Tiger. Nearly with the steal was Kaylee Kerr. 5:06 left in the second quarter. McAlester needs a spark, something. Albertson looking, still looking. Lobs, finds Lesnow. Lesnow crashes into a Lady Tiger at the high post, saving a tad bit of an errant ball. Takes it over to the Pryor logo. Feeds it right, front court, to Albertson. Albertson well guarded by Wigington. Long pass trying to find Knight. Instead finds Lesnow, saving the pass from going out of bounds. Lesnow drives, low post, contested two, will go. And Rylan Lesnow, so far with 4 out of the 6 points for the Lady Buffaloes. 4:44 left in the half. McAlester trailing 21-6. Kerr near corner on a bounce, finds Wigington right wing. Wigington lobbed to the high post, now down inside, 2-pointer up and missed by Marlette. And on a battle for the rebound, it's last touched by the Lady Buffs. Pryor basketball. Baseline inbound, left the glass coming up. Inbound far corner. Daly with the basketball, 4:25 left in the half. Daly crosses over Albertson, drives to the paint, mid-range floater, way too hard off the glass. Offensive board again by Kerr. To the right wing, Marlette lobs inside. Baseline jumper from 4 feet out, won't go for Daly. Rebounded by Albertson. She's triple teamed down inside the paint. Bound passes it now to Lesnow. Lesnow has a 2-on-2 advantage down into the transition area. Here's going to be a charge any day of the week. Ran over Kaylee Kerr. Lowered the shoulder on her way there, and that'll be her second personal. And Taylor Williams will check in for Rylan Lesnow.
Just cannot get anything going right now.
About halfway through the second quarter in a 21-6 ball game.
This feels like been a very fast-paced game so far.
We haven't really had a lot of shots made here in the second. Here's a tip pass on an intended target to Taylor Vance at the left block area. Goes out of bounds. staying with Pryor here with 3:53 left in the half. We've only had one timeout. That's by Coach Bashir's in the first quarter. Inbound, gets knocked loose, saved, long two, up, and again, too hard off the glass, rebounded by Kaylee Knight, who nearly travels with the basketball. She's trying to find someone to get it to. Raymond's covering her pretty well, begins her dribble now. And there will be a timeout call. Timeout called by Coach Bashir's, who is right next to the official. So we will take that timeout with her. 3:41 left in the first half. McAlester trailing 21-6 here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001444485.
21-6, McAllister's offense just hasn't been there. Just again, a few days after scoring 64 points in a win over Tulsa Memorial, McAlester only putting up 6 points so far. Nate, what does McAllister have to do if they want to try to get back in this game down by 15?
Well, they're going to have to make the shots down low, as Zoomer just does just that off the inbound.
Again, a nice play drawn up by Coach Bashir's, and near sideline pass finds Zoomer wide open, streaking towards the basket and scoring with the right hand. As Albertson now inside, McAllister trying to apply pressure themselves, knocks the ball out of bounds, intended for Journey Nunley in the near corner. 3:27 left in the half. It's 21-8. McAllister is trailing now to the Lady Tigers. Inbound low post to Kerr. Kerr backing up. No, that's Raymond rather. Raymond scores over Taylor Williams to make it 23-8, muscling her way towards the rim. Inbound Mason back over to Albertson. Albertson in the backcourt again. Man-to-man defense here. Full court man-to-man as Albertson gets around Wigginton. Albertson now going towards the rim and will be fouled around the 6 feet from the basket area. So first free throws of the game coming up for the Lady Buffaloes. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. Albertson's first free throw is missed, too strong. The Lady Buffaloes free throws is what really kept them in the game for a little bit in the second half. As Albertson splits the trip at the line, makes her second attempt. McAllister was 17 of 21 from the charity stripe, good for 81% the last time that these two teams played. Bounce pass low post, Raymond tries to get it back out, swatted away, stolen by Zoomer. Zoomer stolen right back by Wigginton, and Wigginton is fouled. That'll be the team's fourth here in the second quarter. That'll be on Taylor Williams.
That'll just be her first.
Really no one on either team in foul trouble.
Mason and Les now both have 2, and that's the most for anyone on McAllister right now.
Anyone on the Lady Tigers too. Raymond towards the basket, right past Williams, and scores 25-9. Last minute and a half. Raymond has started to take over. She nearly got a steal off the inbound, and she was able to get it off of Williams, so it will go back to Pryor. Oh, okay. He just pointed the wrong way. The official first pointed at Pryor basketball and then reversed his decision, saying, no, that is McAllister, so I just pointed the wrong way. 2:38 left in the half. Albertson guarded by Wigginton. Wigginton has been a pest on Albertson so far. Albertson was fouled before she could try to get it away, and that will be team foul number 5 on the Lady Tigers, which means more free throws here for Avery Albertson.
And that'll be the second on Wigginton.
So McAllister in the bonus for the remainder of the half. 2:31 left in it. Albertson's first free throw is made. Albertson, a 61% free throw shooter this season. She was 2 of 2 from the line against Tulsa Memorial. She has put up 10 points in back-to-back games as she makes both of her free throws. Before Tulsa Edison last Friday, she hadn't gotten any scoring in double digits, and now she's scored in double digits in back-to-back games.
Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row.
And here's a foul in the low post off ball on Taylor Williams.
That'll be her second.
And that will lead to free throws here for the Lady Tigers. So now both teams in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Fouling Anna Raymond.
Pryor is 3 of 3 from the free throw line right now. Make that 4 of 4.
Raymond was the leading scorer against Lady Buffaloes, as I mentioned earlier, back in December. If she makes this free throw, she'll be the leading scorer tonight, and she is. Her 6th point of the ball game so far. Lady Buffaloes down 27-11, and she
is all over.
Over the place. They tried inbounding it to Williams, and that was almost stolen by Raymond again. Corner inbound here for Avery Alberson, and there's another off-ball foul as Raymond hits the deck. I believe Camry Zoomer ran into her. No, take that back. That's Taylor Williams.
That's her third. She'll have to sit.
And Bodie Nystrom has to check in. If there is a word to be able to describe McAlester right now in the first half, it is just uncomfortable.
Discombobulated.
And since that was an offensive foul,
no free throws.
No free throws. Baseline inbound here for the Lady Tigers, up by 16. Inbound far corner. Now feeding it back to the corner to Daly. Low post pass, 2 is up and made. That one by number 10, Taylor Vance. It's now 29-11.
Pryor shooting. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say McAlester trying to beat the press. You were saying?
Pryor's shooting 39% from the field.
And Kaylee Knight traveled after she hit the deck trying to save a basketball in the
she
front court area. She was on her back. I never thought that she didn't roll on her back to be able to get the ball, or she didn't get the ball and then roll onto her back. She was on her back when she caught the ball, and they called that a travel on Kaylee Knight.
She didn't slide at all either.
Raymond has the ball high post area, and there's going to be a foul call on Camry Zoomer as she was tangled up with Raymond. More free throws here for Anna Raymond.
And that's Zoomer's first.
I want to add one more word, I guess, from uncomfortable and discombobulated. Frustrated right now are the Lady Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Raymond's first free throw is she's at the line in the bonus shots. Nothing but net, 30-11 now. 1:53 remaining in the half. And what has been all Pryor so far. Second free throw made as well. They are perfect from the line.
7 of 7.
31-11, a 20-point ball game. Tied for their largest lead of the season against McAlester. They led 40-20 over McAlester back at the MAC in December. 1:45 left in the half, pass side post. Nystrom tries driving inside, banks it in from about 5 feet out. And that puts McAlester back on the board, 31-13, ending yet another long Pryor drive. Pass to the right wing, finds Nunley. Nunley tries getting it down to the low post and does so. Daly hook shot misses, and Zoomer's got the rebound and takes it in stride, one-on-one with Daly to the low post. And Zoomer scores right around Daly, and that'll make the score now 31-15 with 1:14 left in the half.
And Zoomer's got 4.
McAlester trying to end the half strong to give themselves a chance in the second half. Dribbling out of pressure was number 20, Maggie Martin, and she's fouled on the shot attempt. That's going to be on Kaylee Knight, but that's just her first. But free throws for Maggie Martin on her senior night. First free throw by Martin is good. They're still perfect from the line. 8 of 8.
We're doing our best to jinx them, folks.
Second free throw is good as well. Jinx isn't even working tonight. 33-15. McAlester trails by 18.
I mean, the announcer Jinx is previously undefeated.
60 seconds left. Well, if your team has a no-hitter going on, I promise you it's undefeated. Left wing Shiley Mason looks inside. No one's open. Has to find someone. Now starts her dribble. Picks it up along the left wing area, and there'll be a foul called on Maggie Martin. That'll be Martin's third foul. She's the only Lady Tiger in foul trouble.
Checking in will be number 10. That is Taylor Vance. Or she'll check in after the first free throw.
Shiley Mason. Just 2 of 3 from the charity stripe on the season. Her first free throw is short. Make that 2 of 4. This is only the third game this year that Shiley Mason has shot free throws in.
That's wild.
That is wild. In game number 19, second free throw by Mason. Misses as well. 0 of 2 from the line for Shiley Mason. Lady Tigers have the rebound going the other way. Daly stops in the front court with 42 seconds left in the half. McAlester down 33-15 here in the last road game of the regular season. Pass right wing finds its way back to Daly. Daly to the left wing. Back to Daly on the edge of the circle. Right wing to Nunnally. They're just playing keep away, wanting the last shot. Donnie Martin right in front of the scores table with a bounce pass back left front court. Back to Daly. Again, they're just playing keep away right now until about 10 seconds. Waiting for the thumbs up from Martin, and there it is. Here comes Daly. Right wing with 8 seconds. 7 seconds. Top of the key. Finding Chupp. High post. Comes loose for Raymond. Stolen by Mason. 2 seconds. Avery Albertson at the half-court line takes a three. Could have been fouled on the shot on the half-court heave. They don't blow the whistle, and that will be the end of the first half. Looked like she was hit on the arm as she tried going up with a half-court heave. And that will be the end of the second quarter, and that will send us to the locker room. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes down 33-15 to the Pryor Lady Tigers here on their senior night on Valentine's night. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Welcome back to the Burdick Center here in Pryor Creek, Oklahoma. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes are trailing the Pryor Lady Tigers 33-15. Let's go ahead and let's look at our halftime stats brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
All right, Nate, let's look at our first half stats.
All right, one of your leading scorers was Cambry Zoomer. She had 4 points in the first half. She had 3 defensive rebounds and a block. Ryan Lustnow also had 4 points in the game, or in the first half. She also had 6 rebounds. Let's see. Bodie Nystrom had 4 points as well on 2 of 4 shooting. Avery Albertson rounds out the scoring with 3 points. She also had 3 rebounds, all 3 of those points coming from the free throw line, along with 2 steals. Kaylee Knight recorded 3 defensive rebounds in the first half. Shiley Mason had a steal. Taylor Williams had an offensive rebound. And that'll round out your individual scoring. We'll move on to team stats. McAlester just 2% worse from the field compared to Pryor. McAlester 6 of 17, Pryor 11 of 30. McAlester 0 of 2 from three-point range. Pryor just 2 of 11, good for 18%. McAlester took 6 free throw attempts in the first half, made 3, good for 50%. Pryor a perfect 9 of 9. And doing quick math on rebounds, McAlester actually out-rebounded Pryor in the first half, 16-12. Problem is, Pryor wasn't missing for a good portion of that, and this is where Pryor's really taken over. 16 turnovers by McAlester compared to just 4 by the Lady Tigers, and McAlester leading in blocks 1-0.
So there's 2 big keys that I'm looking at when you talk about the stats that McAlester needs to improve on if they want a chance to be able to bring this to a closer game against one of the top teams in 5A4. And that looks like it's take care of the ball, and we got to shoot better from inside the three-point line.
Right. I mean, and you're going to – I mean, at some point you're almost going to have to start taking three-point shots to try and open it. You've only taken 2 in the first half. That's been a big part of this run that you've gone on in the last 8 games, was finding your three-point shot. I mean, you're going to have to get that, and you've got to take better care of the ball. We saw a lot of careless turnovers in the first half.
But also we saw Pryor in the first, especially the first quarter, really pressure each McAlester ball handler.
Right.
How do you get your guards a little bit more space in the front court to be able to try to move the offense?
I mean, just short, quick passes would be the best thing in my opinion.
All right, as we're about to head to the second half, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes trail 33-15. Those first half stats and keys to the second half brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net. We will take a break and we'll get ready for the third quarter. Again, the Lady Buffaloes trailing 33-15 here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Finn Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at finnnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil-filled accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Welcome back to Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, here at the Burdick Center in Pryor, Oklahoma. The Lady Buffaloes down right now 33-15 as we're just now beginning the third quarter, and a good start for the Lady Buffaloes as Avery Alberson got a steal, but taking it right back is Maggie Martin. Martin kicks the far corner. Three-pointer is no good, rebounded by Zoomer on the opposite side of the iron. Zoomer takes it in stride. 2-on-1, doesn't have the numbers, tries driving up anyway, and is fouled on her way there, but they're going to call it on the floor. So Zoomer fouled on the floor.
That'll be the first team foul on Pryor here in the third quarter.
Fouls on Brenna Wigington. That's her third personal. Alberson will have a baseline inbound. Looking for a Lady Buffalo. Again, McAlester as here's an inbound swatted out of thin air by Wigington. Gets the ball back. Throws it ahead to Daly. Daly in the clear. Left-handed layup is good. And the Lady Buffaloes down by 20, 35-15. Just 40 seconds into the second half. On the floor for McAlester. Cambry Zoomer, Avery Alberson, Bodie Nystrom, Rylan Lesnow, and Shiley Mason. Right front court, Zoomer feeds it over to Lesnow. Pass between the low post and high post to Bodie Nystrom. Nystrom drives and scores with the right hand.
She's got 6.
6:55 left in the third quarter. Lady Buffaloes match that 2 right back. Right wing Kerr. Kerr kind of left alone. They'll pass the baseline. Finding Marlette. Marlette on the drive. Lost it. Nystrom strips it away. Stolen by Nystrom. Quick feed over to Lesnow. Lesnow down the near sideline. Hit by Wigington. That's her fourth. Wigington quickly picking up her fourth foul. And if McAlester wants to get back into this game, that's a pretty good start. Nevaeh Chupp will have to check in for Wigington. Nevaeh, rather. Alberson will inbound in front of her bench. Tries to find Zoomer, does find Zoomer after it was tipped loose. And now she lost it again. Daly with the steal.
It's the 9th steal by Pryor.
Oh, and here's a quick foul as hitting the deck hard and holding her right elbow. Looks to be Daly.
Foul's going to be on Zoomer. That's her second.
Daly gets up. She's going to shake it off here. You could hear her elbow making impact with the hardwood from all the way up here with our headphones on. Daly gets the inbound. Looks like she's okay. They'll lob it back out over to Chupp. Chupp long pass, finding her far corner. Back inside. Martin, low post, drive up. Block shot by Nystrom. Offensive board. 2-pointer is good, and 1 for Peyton Marlette. Chance at the 3-point play for the 5'8" senior forward.
Foul's going to be on Lesnow. That's her third.
6:22 remaining in the third quarter.
So right now McAllister's got Lesnow with 3, and Taylor Williams also has 3.
Marlette's free throw is good. They're still perfect from the line.
10 of 10.
Totally different than what they were back in December when they went 10 of 20. In the backcourt, Alberson dribbling far side, guarded well by Chupp. High dribble by Lesnow, or excuse me, by Alberson gets across the half-court line. Alberson now towards the perimeter, lost the ball on her way there. Coming loose, jump ball will go to the Lady Buffaloes. 6:06 left in the third and a 21-point Pryor lead. And unless McAlester can turn things around in a hurry, they're going to be looking at their first loss in the last 5 games. Inbound, far corner, Zoomer. They need this. They don't get it. Short on the far corner 3-point stroke. And it's rebounded by the Lady Tigers as they throw it right away.
It's only the second unforced turnover by Pryor.
Pryor, with the exception of a little bit of a scoring drought at the end of the first quarter into the beginning of the second quarter, has played about as good of a game as you can play.
Yep.
And before we
what?
could even inbound the ball, they're calling an offensive foul on Cambry Zoomer, who tried getting free of a Lady Tiger and was nearly to the front court between the circles on the other side before it was called.
And that's Zoomer's third.
And now give the ball back to the Lady Tigers with just less than 6 minutes left in the third. Quickly here, we've had 5 fouls be called in just 2 minutes and 10 seconds of play. Here's a long 2 from the right side that'll be missed. Kerr offensive rebound, that 2 is missed. Rebounded by Cambry Zoomer, who applied the pressure on that shot by Kerr. She'll take it herself down the near sideline, coast to coast, low post, draws the contact. They're going to say a block shot instead by Peyton Marlette. So it'll stay with Lady Buffaloes here along the baseline. Albertson will inbound, left of the glass. Looks. Nystrom comes open, mid-range jump shot won't go. It almost did, but she was hacked in the act. And that will lead to 2 free throws here for Bodie Nystrom. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
And that's the 4th personal on number 20 for Pryor.
That's Maggie Martin. That's the first free throw made by Nystrom. So that's now 2 starters for the Lady Tigers in foul trouble. She has to check out. Coming in for her, Taylor Vance, but this is where Pryor's so good. They've got depth.
Yeah, they have depth up and down the bench right now.
Second free throw by Nystrom is good as well. And what's scary about the Pryor Lady Tigers, they're a pretty young team too.
Yeah.
It is senior night for them. They had 4 starting seniors, but a lot of their great athletes are sophomores and freshmen. Here's a beating of a press almost being stolen. Kerr down the drive. Kerr will be fouled. That's Peyton Marlette. And McAlester, we're not even 3 minutes into the third quarter yet. They just picked up their 4th foul. First one on Bodie Nystrom. We really didn't have any fouls in the first half, especially in the first quarter. We've seen 7 here before we made it to the 3-minute mark. First free throw made by Peyton Marlette.
They're a perfect 11 of 11. I'm going to keep going until it works.
They're just taking that as a challenge, buddy. Second free throw. Hey! Second free throw's missed. Their lone miss on the night. They're 11 of 12. Pretty good. Zoomer quickly to the low post. Hacked on the left arm as she was going up with the right-handed shot. So Zoomer quickly to the free throw line. That's the 4th foul on the Lady Tigers.
I think there's going to be a lot of free throws in this quarter, buddy.
I agree. Kaylee Kerr, her first personal. First free throw by Zoomer is made.
Just her first free throw attempt of the day.
Really, neither team has any more fouls to give.
Yeah.
Second free throw is missed by Zoomer. Zoomer leading the team in free throw percentage at 77%. And the Lady Buffs trail by 19. 5:05 left in the third. Feed outside to Chupp near corner. Chupp top of the key to Vance. Vance to Daly on the edge of the circle. Pass back to Chupp left wing. Only 2 made threes tonight for either team. And they both come from the Lady Tigers. Here's a mid-range jumper left side, missed by Chupp. Rebounded by Zoomer. Zoomer down the near sideline trying to walk the tightrope. No foul, but last touch by Chupp as Zoomer ran into her. Albertson, there'll be another offensive foul. Zoomer running into Daly. Daly hitting the deck. That's the second time that's happened this quarter. And that's quickly Zoomer's 4th foul.
And Kaylee Knight's going to check in for her.
Since that's an offensive foul, no free throws here for the Lady Tigers, but you're having your leading scorer on the bench for the remainder of the third. It's not a good thing, especially when 2 of those fouls came offensively here in the third quarter. Daly pass out, right wing to Kerr. Kerr back out to Daly. To Chubb in the front court. The feed back to the right wing, high post now. Trying to strip it loose is Albertson. Taking it back is Marlette. Marlette outside. Kerr on the drive. Block shot by Nystrom. Ball comes loose. Offensive board by Marlette. Marlette low post back outside the Daly right wing. 4:18 left in the third.
The 7th offensive rebound by Pryor tonight.
Last game they had 16 offensive boards, so McAllister's at least doing a little bit better there. Here's a wide shot missed. Great defense by Bodie Nystrom leading to the left now rebound. And a foul called in the low post on the Lady Tigers. Both teams in the bonus, and we have not made it to the halfway point in the third quarter. So Rylan Lesnow will get free throws here. You had to say something about the game moving pretty fast, right?
I did. I can't remember if I said that during the break or if I said it while we were on the air.
You definitely said it on the air.
Okay.
Freezing cold take. Go ahead and tag downtown Nate Brown there. Lesnow's first free throw is good. If McAlester wants to get themselves back into this game, they got to be able to connect with the charity stripe. Nate, can you give me what McAlster's doing as a team from the free throw line tonight?
They are 7 of 11.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good
About
percentage. McAllister's averaging 65% from the line on the season. Lesnow connects on both of her free throw attempts, and McAlester trails 39-22. Trying to get back in this game, down 17, 4 minutes left in the third. Both teams in the bonus as we just now hit the halfway point. Bounce pass into the baseline to Raymond. Raymond, overhead pass to Daly between the circles, back to the high post to Vance. Vance feeds a baseline to Raymond, back outside, straight away three by Daly, will connect. 20-point game again, 42-22. Daly has hit two with three made threes. Lesnow, right wing, as McAlester quickly beats the press, a little bit more aggressive here. Bounce pass side post, trying to go with the backwards pass back to Lesnow. Last touch by Lesnow as it came loose, guarded by a Lady Tiger. So Pryor basketball up by 20 on McAlester with 3:31 left in the third. And the Lady Tigers only giving up, reversed the decision again. So it's back to McAlester. Inbound, low post. Nystrom for two, got it, and one. She shoots, she scores right this way. Miss Nystrom to the charity stripe. And that foul's going to be on Raymond. That's her third. So now some big-time players for the Lady Tigers getting into foul trouble. There's two starters with four in Wigington and Martin. And now Raymond picking up her third. She's got to take a seat. Nystrom can't connect on the extra shot. And it's an 18-point Pryor Lady Tiger lead. Daly quickly across the timeline, a lob to the far corner. Bounce pass inside. I believe that's to Vance. Back outside to Raymond. Or rather to Daly. Near corner now. Chupp takes the three. And that one's airballed. Trying to save it on the other side was Nunley. Couldn't do so. Rebounded instead by Lesnow.
Lesnow's got 9 rebounds on the day.
Albertson feed inside. Nice find to Bodie Nystrom. Backs up her defender. Blocked shot down in the low post. Rebounded by Daly. Daly taking it in stride with numbers. Driving. And a blocked shot by Avery Albertson. One-on-one to the other side. Prevents a two from falling. Avery Albertson with her 5th block of the season.
It's pretty impressive.
Standing at 5 foot tall, going up against a lot of people that are over half a foot taller than her. 5 blocks is pretty good on a season. Low post. Back outside, far corner. Daly tries to make it 2-2, and she does not. Too strong with the shot, rebounded by Nystrom. Albertson now in the backcourt. Their team down by 18. Goes on a road trip, lost control of the ball, gathers it back before it goes out of bounds. Bounce pass inside to Lesnow. Don't know how she found Lesnow, but she is fouled, and 2 free throws here after the missed shot. I don't know how that pass by Avery Albertson, splitting 2 white jerseys, was able to find Rylan Lesnow.
You got me, buddy.
First free throw by Lesnow is short. McAlester has not been bad from the charity stripe tonight. They just haven't been as good as Pryor's been.
Right now, McAlester 57% from the free throw line.
And the second free throw is missed. Well, now I say something. Now they're down to close to 50%. 42-24. McAlester can't take advantage of the charity stripe. Left front court, Chupp with the ball. Back to Daly. Daly to Nunley, angle right. Bounce pass, baseline. Looking inside, no one's open. Has to pass it back out to Chupp. Chupp, high post, driving. Rainbow shot won't go from mid-range. And rebounded by Lesnow. Lesnow with another board.
It's her 10th. She's officially on double-double watch.
Albertson ahead to Lesnow. Lesnow driving. Low post 2 will go as she hits the deck.
I think she heard me say that. She's got 8 now.
42-26. McAlester down by 16. Baseline jumper won't go, too strong. Lesnow, another board in the low post area. No, quickly a jump ball called, staying with Pryor. They didn't give Lesnow half a second before they called that a jump ball. There'll be a timeout called right now regardless, though. 1:56 left in the third. McAlester trying to make some noise here in the third quarter, but still down 16. 42-26 our score here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lady Buffaloes down 42-26 here in the third quarter. 1:56 left in the third. McAllister's been able to force some Lady Tigers into foul trouble. McAlester, though, has Cambry Zoomer into foul trouble. She's got 4. And here's a foul quickly on Rylan Lesnow, who hit Kerr out of bounds. That'll be Lesnow, as I was mentioning it. 4 fouls on Zoomer, now 4 fouls on Lesnow. And what's crazy about this, in my opinion, I'm just going to list my concern here. That should have never been an option because it looked like Lesnow had an easy rebound down the low post earlier.
Right.
But they called a jump ball, just quickly after there was a little bit of a tie-up.
Lesnow checking in to Taylor Williams, who's also playing with 3.
Kerr gets both free throws to fall, and that's now a 44-26 game. Inbound now to Alberson. Alberson far sideline, chased, double teamed, gets across the half-court line, dribbles to the right front court area, and settles there. Alberson passes inside the perimeter, back out to the right elbow. Alberson trying to create some separation, dribbles in, 2-point shot, go, no, won't go. Almost clanked inside, but it misses. Kaylee Knight gets the ball quickly back with the steal. Knight over to Alberson with 90 seconds left in the third. Alberson angle right, directing Mason to get into the corner. Alberson gets a screen from Bodie. Stops in the front court, pushed down, no foul, stolen. Ahead to Daly. Daly wasn't going the route that Nunley wanted her to go, and it sails into the Pryor cheerleaders.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul on the other end, Brandon.
1:18 left in the third. Both teams have been in the bonus since the 4-minute mark here in the third. Alberson in the backcourt, double teamed. Alberson down the near sideline, trying to walk the tightrope, does so, and finds Knight. Quick feed down to the low post. Left-handed hook shot by Nystrom won't go, but she's fouled again. Taylor Vance will be charged with a foul. And Nystrom back to the charity stripe. That's Vance's second personal.
Brandon, we have had 33 total fouls through 3 quarters.
Nystrom, a 54% free throw shooter on the season. Her first one will not go.
Right now she's 2 of 4.
That's the thing, though. If you're going to have a bunch of these fouls and you're going to get a bunch of these opportunities at the charity stripe, McAlester has got to make their shots. Will go. So she splits the trip at the line. Lady Buffaloes trailing 44-27. The thing is, if McAllister's making their free throws like they did back in McAlester when they went 81% from the line on 21 attempted free throw shots, this might be a game.
Yeah.
They just haven't been able to do that yet. Pass inside, 2-pointer up. It will bounce in. Peyton Marlette with the 2. She's up to 6 points for the Lady Tigers. 45 seconds left in the third in a 19-point McAllister deficit. Alberson, far sideline stop, double team. Passes to Mason, who crosses the half-court line. The right wing she goes. Guarded well, finds Alberson. Alberson right wing, eyed the rim, but passes high post. Backwards pass, now back over to Alberson, who drew contact and traveled. They're going to call a travel on Avery Alberson at the mid-range area. Looked like she took a shoulder around that area, but it'll give the ball back to the Lady Tigers with 28 seconds left in the third. McAllister tries to press. They need to get the ball back and get more shot attempts. Pryor does beat the press, and Nunley takes it just inside the 3-point line right side. Vance now high post. Back to Kerr. Kerr baseline jumper from 10 feet out, won't go. Nystrom has the rebound. 10 seconds left in the third. Can McAllister end the third with some momentum? Alberson to Mason near corner. Mason looks inside. Ball over her head. Tries driving baseline. Long 2, airballed, and there's the buzzer. So we enter the fourth quarter. Lady Buffaloes trailing 46-27 to the Pryor Lady Tigers. You're listening to McAllister Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What it offers.
And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal. Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
Welcome back to the Burdick Center here in Pryor, Oklahoma. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes just hasn't been their night so far. 46-27, a 19-point deficit as we begin the fourth quarter. McAlester will roll the dice with Cambry Zoomer and Rylan Lesnow, and I agree with this call. Even though both of them have 4 fouls, if you're not going to get it done at the beginning of this quarter, you're not going to get it done at all. You need to be able to have a clean fourth quarter, one of your best quarters of the season, against one of the better teams that you've played this season, a 17-5 Pryor Lady Tigers, who are still looking to possibly host if they can continue to win here and then beat Durant in the final game of the regular season. There's the inbound. McAlester on the right side, the half-court line, 46-27 on the floor. Bodie Nystrom, Taylor Williams, who is playing with 3 fouls herself. Nystrom had to pick up her dribble, bounce pass to Zoomer. Zoomer's also on the floor with Alberson, and as I mentioned, Lesnow. Lob to a contested Bodie Nystrom. Bank shot won't go from 5 feet out. Rebounded by Raymond. Ball came loose, but taken back by Raymond. 25 seconds into the fourth quarter. Pass angle right. Daly fakes the overhead pass, gives the baseline to Martin. Martin lobs it back out to Wigington. A couple of players for the Lady Tigers playing with 4 fouls right now. Raymond's got 3. Wigington has 4. And Martin has 4 herself. Speaking of Martin, she gets the baseline feed down to the low post. And Raymond will be fouled. Question is on who? It's on Lesnow.
And she's fouled out.
So we'll have a new Lady Buffalo having to check in for her.
Coach Sears trying to plead her case, but call will not change. Kaylee Knight's going to check in for her.
Just 45 seconds into the fourth quarter, McAlester has to play without their second leading scorer, their leading rebounder, Rylan Lesnow. First free throw made by Raymond.
Pryor 14-15 from the free throw line right now.
Took their lone weakness that they had against McAlester and turned it into one of their biggest strengths as they make both the free throws again. 20-point ball game. Lady Buffaloes need to make some noise and need to make it in a hurry if they want to make this a game. 48-27 the score here on the scoreboard. Zoomer, right wing, guarded well by Daly. Now is able to create some separation. Double teamed on the switch, tries to pass it inside, stolen again. Kerr with the steal. Kerr weaving through traffic, lost the ball, gathers it back, tries feeding it low post. Couple of McAlester lucky they didn't get a foul called on him there. Daly tried receiving the ball after Kerr was getting around or trying to get around a couple of Lady Buffaloes. Sails out of bounds, last touch by the Lady Tigers. McAlester will take what they can get right now. Alberson inbounds to Zoomer. Pryor's pressed really all game long. This time Zoomer just has to dribble out of it. She dribbles straight to the near corner, takes a three-point attempt that's blocked, gets her own rebound, and can't get the shot to go from the right block. And another foul called here down in the low post. It's on Cambry Zoomer. That's her fifth.
She's fouled out. And now Shiley Mason will check in for her.
You know, I don't have the best of views from up here like the officials do, but just from my point of view, it looked like that could have been a jump ball. They said there was some extra contact there. As now checking into the game for McAlester will be Kirsten Smith, as McAlester having to play without Zoomer, having to play without Lesnow.
And also bringing in Abby Parham.
So without your 2 leading scorers, McAlester, I don't know if there's a phrase. They're not just behind the 8 ball, they're out of the pool hall right now.
Yeah, they're off the table at this point.
6:31 left in the game. It's a long shot. We'll see if McAlester can make it happen. Down the low post. Martin lost it. And taking the steal is Parham. So quickly into the game, Parham off the bench, her first action. She gets a steal here with 6:18 left. Alberson steps into a right wing 3 that's short. Rebounded straight to Daly. Daly takes it in transition, 2-on-2, lobs low post. Kerr with a quick shot won't go. Offensive board, that 2 will roll in. And they've hit that 50-point mark. And we have a Lady Buffalo that's down, and looks like it's
Alberson.
That's Avery Alberson, who is holding her left ankle. She gets up and she'll walk it off, and she says, I want to stay on the floor.
And
but she's in a little bit of pain
today.
Yeah, she has been. We talked about how we've had, I don't know how many combined fouls now, but Alberson has been in the center of a lot of contact today.
there has been a total of 35 fouls today.
50-27, McAlester trailing by 23. Left wing Alberson penetrates. Layup is on the way. That's going to be too strong. Looks like she's fouled on the shot. Foul will be on number 22, Jonah Daly.
That's just her second.
This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. First free throw made by Alberson.
She's up to 4 points today.
And getting ready to check in for McAlester, it will be for the shooter, will be Callie Burrow. Second free throw, Alberson makes them both. And we'll see if Alberson comes back into the game, but she comes off just a tad bit of a limp. Again, she was nursing that left ankle. Just under 6 minutes left, McAlester down 50-29. And what it will look like, depending on what happens with Tulsa Memorial, as Daly shovels to the left and passes now to the left wing to Brenna Wigington. Long pass finds its way mid-range. Jumper good by Anna Raymond. And it's 52-29, but it looks like the Lady Buffaloes will fall tonight. They'll lose their first game since January 27th when they traveled to Broken Bow. Burrow tries bounce passing it to Parham. It's knocked loose, stolen by Raymond. Raymond along the left perimeter area, feeds it inside to Martin. Martin takes a bump, goes up for two, and scores. It's 54-29. But the Lady Buffaloes, it looks like, unless Tulsa Memorial loses as well, that they'll be fighting for the 6th seed, which they did lose. Coweta won 62-42 over the Tulsa Memorial Lady Chargers. So it looks like the 5 seed is still kind of intact.
We'll see if we can't figure out what we need to do tonight.
Here's another turnover on the Lady Buffaloes on a pass to the far sideline that rolls out of bounds.
It's going to be a bit of a late night for us, buddy.
I think Tulsa, I want to say, this is just off the dome here, I think Tulsa Memorial plays Edison in their final game of the regular season.
I'm checking that right now. I'll have to go to the website. Give me a second.
So McAlester could still finish at the 5 seed if Memorial loses their next game and McAlester beats Tahlequah. No matter what happens, if McAlester beats Tahlequah tomorrow, they'll finish no worse than this. Well, it depends on the scoring, I guess, too, because Tahlequah beat McAlester earlier this year.
They played Will Rogers.
So it depends on what happens between Will Rogers and Tahlequah. Here's a shot that's made inside. Oh, you mean that Tulsa Memorial plays Will Rogers. Gotcha. Well, Will Rogers is without Sanaya Richardson. That's a different team without Sanaya Richardson. McAlester about to turn the ball over again. Burrow tries saving it, stolen again. Passing ahead. Low post 2 is made, and it's 58-29. We still have 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in this one. I believe senior night festivities will happen in between the girls' game and the boys' game. If that's the case, we're going to be doing our stats. Here's another steal. As the ball went through the hands of Smith. Excuse me, that's Burrow. Quick steal and a layup from the left. I thought he was calling a travel at first. A layup from the left side will go to make it 60-29. On the score sheet now is Chupp with her first 2.
And checking in will be Kaylee Autry. Checking in for Kaylee Knight.
So on the floor is Burrow. Looks like Parham. Shiley Mason also on the floor, as well as Kaylee Knight. Sorry, not Kaylee Knight. Kaylee Autry, as Nate just mentioned, and Kirsten Smith. 3:44 left. Right wing Parham trying to get it inside. Parham throws it to the top of the key. It's intercepted again. This time by Journey Nunnally. She'll take the right-handed layup and go. McAlester hasn't gotten a shot off here in the last couple minutes. Been a lot of turnovers. Parham has trouble with the long pass. Gets it back baseline. Parham looking around trying to find an open teammate. She's double teamed. We'll have a jump ball. And it will go back over to Pryor, so that's another steal.
Has 14 steals for Pryor today. They have forced 29 McAlester turnovers.
I think that's a season high. I think the previous season high was 27, and there was a few games McAlester had that. But just wasn't McAllister's night, and you kind of felt it out of the jump, too, when we weren't making our shots from inside the paint.
Right.
Bounce pass inside, gathering it to his up and made by Blake Osborne. And they can't miss, 64-29.
They're shooting 41% from the field.
Mason receives a feed on a bounce to the left wing, farther into the corner. Long 3 won't go. That was short on a 3-point attempt by Autry. The rebound attempt was knocked out of bounds by the Lady Tigers.
Taylor Williams checking in for Shiley Mason.
2:44 left. 64-29. Lady Buffaloes are going to fall tonight. They'll drop to 7-12 on the season. With the date with the Tahlequah Tigers tomorrow. Here's an inbound to Taylor Williams. She banks it in from the right block. Taylor Williams up to her first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, doesn't feel like it.
No, it does not. Well, again, she got into foul trouble on like back-to-back plays in the second quarter.
Right.
So she really hasn't got to play a whole lot tonight. Low post 2 will go. This time Taylor Vance. No, excuse me, 40, Blake Osborne. She now has 4 points. 66-31. If I ever get any wrong names, I apologize. Again, I've been telling Nate so far tonight. It's kind of hard to see. Again, it's dark on the floor. And shout out to Madeline Nick. She was saying as well, she's like, it's kind of hard to get pictures down over here on the,
was she?
The floor. Yeah, she was saying, yeah, the lighting's a little bit off for me right now. Right wing, Burrow. We'll backpedal it on up. Between the circles, lost control of the ball. Stolen again. This time the steal by Abby Martin. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Lady Buffaloes down 66-31. But our final game of the regular season before we find out what's going to happen with the regional tournament as Osborne gets back outside will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the Tahlequah Lady Tigers. That left wing 3 won't go. Autry with a rebound. But a lot riding on tomorrow's game, possibly the 5 seed.
Right. And that 5 seed is exactly what you want.
Looking inside, lobbing, intercepted again, another steal. And the Lady Tigers give the ball right back. They were trying to pass it back to the baseline to Riley Dorsey, and it was tipped out of bounds into the McAlester cheerleaders. 1:14 left. Again, yeah, they will be having senior night in between the games. They just told senior parents and senior families to line up at a certain part of the gym. So we might have a pretty long commercial break here as Kirsten Smith fouls number 14, Riley Dorsey, once again.
That's Smith's first. Team third in the fourth quarter.
But we will go over our stats immediately after this one and kind of wrap it up. Again, it was not a night for the Lady Buffaloes with how exciting their stretch of basketball has been over the last half month or so. Tonight just wasn't an exciting night for them. Pass inside, 2-pointers up and made by Osborne. They just ran into a juggernaut. I think that we talk about how McAlester is a team that I think a lot of people don't want to play from the 5A3 district in the regional tournament. As here's another steal, this one by Osborne. Pryor's a team that you don't want to play at all.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to run into them at all this year. As there's another 2 that's made in the low post.
And they've now got a season high 70 points.
Yeah, their previous season high was 68 against Cleveland, 4A Cleveland, 70-31. 23 seconds left in the game. Burrow trying to penetrate the perimeter, and there's another steal. Nope, not a steal first. Making too much contact was Journey Nunnally, the freshman. Pushed Autry there. 18 seconds left. Autry will inbound. Finds Williams, low post. Williams bounce pass outside. Smith, the near corner 3. Got it! Painted gold. McAllister's first made 3 of the game with 14 seconds left in it. Comes from Kirsten Smith. And by the way, that's only her 3rd, 4th, and 5th points of the season of her varsity career.
Not bad.
And there's the buzzer. So the McAlester Lady Buffaloes do fall tonight, 70-34 to the Pryor Lady Tigers. And they have one more game left, and that is with the Tahlequah Lady Tigers tomorrow at 1 o'clock back at the MAC for Senior Day. But again, final score 70-34. Pryor defeats McAlester as they get ready for their senior night. Let's look at our post-game stats. Brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, your full-service automotive and transmission repair shop, brake work, and heat and air repair. Plus, we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 2201 North Main Street in McAlester. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. Nate, take it away.
All right, Bodie Nystrom was your leading scorer. She had 11 points on the day. She had 4 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. She had 2 defensive rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Riley Lesnow, before fouling out, she had 8 points along with 10 rebounds. Then Avery Albertson, she had 5 points on along with 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. Cambry Zoomer had 5 points along with 7 rebounds before fouling out. She also had a block on the day. Kirsten Smith, as Brandon just mentioned before the end of the game, that was her first career three-point make. That was the only stat she recorded. Taylor Williams had 2 points along with 1 offensive rebound. Shiley Mason recorded a steal. Kaylee Knight recorded 3 defensive rebounds and a steal. Abby Parham also had a steal. And then Kaylee Autry had a defensive rebound. And that will do it for individual scoring. Now we'll move on to team stats. McAlester shot 11 of 31 from the field, good for 35%. Pryor, 26 of 60. McAlester nearly doubled up on shot attempts. Pryor shot 43% from the field. Neither team really shot well from three-point range. McAlester just 1 of 7, good for 14%. Pryor, 3 of 16 for 19%. Pryor shot 15 of 16 from the free throw line.
Wow.
94%.
Is that good?
That definitely ain't bad. And then McAlester shot 11 of 19 from the free throw line, good for 58%, which is not exactly what you want. If I'm doing my math right here, McAlester out-rebounded Pryor. That is 27-24. Both teams had 19 fouls called on them. We had 38 combined fouls in that game.
They slowed down in the fourth quarter, though. We had 33, 35 at the end of the third quarter?
Yeah.
We had a lot through 3 quarters of play.
McAlester turned the ball over 33 times.
That's a season high.
And compared to 12 for Pryor. McAlester recorded 4 blocks, Pryor with 3.
So our final thoughts from this one before we wrap it up and we get ready to get ready for the boys' game.
You just got to forget about this one and focus on tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're playing for what could very likely be your playoff lives. I mean, obviously, you're still going to get to play in the playoffs. But if you win tomorrow and everything falls your way, you're definitely getting a more favorable seeding tomorrow. So don't take anything away from this game. Just focus on tomorrow and play as best you can tomorrow.
Who does Tahlequah play tonight, and have they already played?
They played Edison.
So they played Edison. So I think that game is still currently going, if I'm not mistaken.
It was just a second ago. Tahlequah won 66-50.
Okay, so Tahlequah has now tied McAlester. So now we have a 3-way tie for 5th place in the 5A4 standings. If all 3 teams are still going to be tied, by the end of it, you're going to look at it head-to-head. And
points, right?
Well, if everyone is 1-1 against each other, then it goes down to points, which could happen. But we'll see what ends up happening a little bit later on. Again, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes, though, if they can win tomorrow, that's very important to see if they lose tomorrow, they're not going to be 6th. They will drop back down to 7th. That means you have to take on a host team. As Nate was mentioning, your playoff lives, you're taking on a host team. And you much rather not take on a host team in the opening round of the regional tournament, especially when you're looking at one and done. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, it will be senior day for McAlester. Do the Lady Buffaloes have one more awesome magic moment? We've already had a couple. We've had a buzzer beater for a win with Bodie Nystrom. Well, close to it, 3 seconds left. We had a big-time 3 made by Avery Albertson in the very next game over at the MAC. We had a big-time win over the Ada Lady Cougars. A close win against the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. Can we have one more classic at the MAC from the Lady Buffaloes? We'll find out tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But we encourage everyone to get there early as we have senior night at the MAC tomorrow. Speaking of senior night, the Pryor Lady Tigers and the Tigers are having their senior night tonight as well. So we will you can go to commercial break for a little bit. We might be going to, on the video side of things, a graphic if you're listening on the radio. We might be hearing some music in between as well, depending on how long senior night will be tonight. But again, those are your post-game stats brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the season so far, as we are getting close to the playoffs now. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, Fenton Nissan, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram McAlester, McAlester Direct Primary Care, Stipe Law Firm, and Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop. Thank you guys for putting us on the air all season long and for the playoffs coming up here in just a couple of weeks. That's Nate Brown. I'm Brandon Green. We will take a break and be right back with our pregame of the boys game coming up and a big-time district matchup once again here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to Stipe Law.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
Welcome back to the Burdick Center in Pryor Creek, America. We just finished up with the ladies' game in which the McAlester Lady Buffaloes fell to the Pryor Lady Tigers 70-34, seeing the Lady Buffaloes' 5-game win streak come to an end. And now after the senior night festivities for the Pryor seniors, let's look at the McAlester Buffaloes 10-11 on the season, looking to end a streak of their own. They're on a 4-game losing streak, and the Buffaloes have lost currently 6 out of the last 7 games. But Nate, you know as better as anybody, the Buffaloes, if they can get hot, this is the time to get hot, and they can get hot quickly with the kind of athletes that they have on their team. So they're 10-11 on the year, led by second-year head coach Mike Dooney. Their last loss was just against the juggernaut in the Tulsa Memorial Chargers. Interior shooting and rebounds were superior for the Tulsa Memorial Chargers in their 64-49 win over the Buffaloes Tuesday night. Tulsa Memorial shot 61% from the field, despite going 1 of 12 from 3, while McAlester was 37% from the field and just 3 of 16 from 3 for 19%. As for rebounds, Memorial won the battle 32-18. Free throws kept the Buffs within striking distance until the fourth quarter. McAlester was 8 of 11 from the line. Memorial, for a top team in 5A4, they were just 1 of 8 from the charity stripe against the Buffaloes back on Tuesday night. Some key performers, you had Davian Pouncil. For the second consecutive game, he led the team in scoring with 16 points on 44% shooting. Rodney Washington had 13 points on 50% shooting. He is 48 points away from 500. So as we now look at the McAlester Buffaloes against the Pryor Tigers, it's been a little while since these two teams played. Nearly 2 months ago, 2 months and like 6 days ago, so it hasn't been very long. The Pryor Tigers, though, have kind of struggled in their time that they have had. They've had a few wins since they played McAlester back on December 20th, but they still have struggled, winning only 3 and losing 12 in their last 15 games. They're currently 4-18 on the season. They're led by head coach Nathan Smith. So they're averaging 42.6 points per game. They're giving up 53.7 points per game. They're 1-10 in their last 11 games. They're 2-6 in games decided by 10 or less. So they've actually played a whole lot of close games. In fact, they have played 5 games decided by 5 or less, but they're 1-4 in those games. Again, over a third of their games have been decided by 10 points or less. They are just losing them so far. They're 4-2, though, when scoring over 50 points. Their only losses when scoring over 50 were to McAlester and Salisaw. So if you want to have your best chance of winning this game, you need to keep them below that 50-point mark. Just like what we talked about when it came to the Pryor Lady Tigers, that 50-point mark is the same way for their male counterparts. So they have Durant left on the schedule. They lost, 38-37 last time. So you're looking at Durant, who beat McAlester, and in one of the games beat him by nearly 20 points. That same Durant team only beat Pryor by 1 last time out.
Right.
So you can't be banking that, if we lose this game, that we still can finish, 7th or not 7th, but 6th or 5th. Because if you lose this game, then you're relying on Pryor to be able to beat Durant, and Durant beat Pryor last time by 1. Their wins were against 3A Sperry, 56-13. They also beat Seymour, Missouri, 69-66. They defeated Northeast High School in Kansas City, Missouri, 60-24. But this is an interesting win. They beat Coweta 54-52 not too long ago.
Wow.
That was their first ever district win for the basketball program.
I'm sorry, what?
That was their first ever district win for the basketball program.
That's wild.
That broke a 24-game district losing streak. And I can't believe that because I think Pryor's better than what their record indicates.
Yeah.
We saw them play last time. The McAlester Buffaloes just beat the Pryor Tigers. It was by double digits, but they kept it kind of close for a little while.
Right.
McAlester took a lead at the end of the first quarter that they wouldn't relinquish on their way to a 67-53 win. McAlester was dominant in every stat except one, and that stat kept the Buffs from running away with the game. The Buffaloes had 18 turnovers, losing the battle, and it led to 9 more shot attempts for Pryor. So the main thing that you're looking at when it comes to winning this game, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder when it comes to your keys of the game, but the Buffaloes have to take care of the ball. That is what leads to Pryor scoring points, getting steals, scoring in transition, getting numbers that way, using their athletic ability to their advantage. And if McAlester is going to win this game, 1, they need to be able to score in transition themselves. 2, they need to force the Tigers to not do the same thing against them. So let's look at some keys, or rather players to watch first, and then we'll go to keys of the game.
I'm just going to say you took all 3 of my keys of the game.
Man, I'm good. We did not coordinate that.
No, we didn't. All right, we're going to start out with players to watch. First up, you've got Davian Pouncil. He was your leading scorer on Tuesday against the Chargers, putting up 16 points, bringing down 6 rebounds. and picking up 2 steals. Next up, you got Rodney Washington. He scored 13 points while also grabbing 5 rebounds. We'll need to see more of that in this game here tonight. And finally, Brandon Smith. He had a bit of a rough game shooting the ball on Tuesday, but that was largely in part to a tough Charger defense. He was still able to make a pretty strong impact on the game, though, stealing the ball twice and grabbing 3 rebounds on the defensive side. And moving over to the keys to the game, like Brandon talked about on all 3 of them. First up, win the turnover battle. Despite dominating the game in almost every other stat category, McAlester actually turned the ball over more than Pryor did, forcing Pryor forced 18 turnovers compared to 15 forced by McAlester. Second, hold Pryor to 50 points or below. When scoring under 50 points, Pryor has not won a game. If you're able to get the stops to keep them under that 50-point threshold, you should be in good shape. Finally, keep up the defensive pressure. Last time McAlester and Pryor played, the Buffs outshot Pryor from the field by 17% and by 14% from three-point range. Continue to close out on the Tigers. Don't be afraid to jump into passing lanes, and you should be well on your way to snapping this 4-game skid.
So on top of calling a game here tonight, so I apologize if we kind of had hiccups here and there, we're also looking at the overall district standings and what other teams are doing in the district so far. So in the 5A4 standings right now, Tulsa Memorial is 1 game away from being district champions. The only thing that keeps them from being district champions right now is they need either Will Rogers to lose 1 more game or they need to beat Will Rogers because they're still on the schedule. They're 12-0 plus 164. Tulsa, Will Rogers is at number 2 at 11-2 plus 95. But either way, it looks like Will Rogers and Tulsa Memorial should be hosting. Both of them should be hosting.
It doesn't look like Will Rogers is playing tonight. Memorial is playing at Coweta.
Edison Prep, again, these top 3 teams doesn't matter at all to McAlester, okay, because they can't reach 1, 2, or 3. Edison is at 9-4 plus 86. This is what matters to McAlester. Tahlequah is at 6-6 -8. Now, if Tahlequah loses tonight, and we talked about they're playing, I believe it was Edison. So if Tahlequah loses tonight, that means that McAlester can still get the 4 seed if they win their last 2 games. So no matter how they do it, if Tahlequah loses tonight, that means the 4 seed is still in play for McAlester. They can climb back into the top half of the 5A4 standings.
So right now you're rooting for Edison if you're a McAlester fan.
Absolutely. If Tahlequah wins tonight, the 4 seed is unattainable. The best that you can do is 5, where McAllister's at right now at 4-8, -29. Durant is only 1 game behind them at 6th, 3-9 at -83. Pryor only 1 game behind them, 3-9, -87. And Pryor is at 8th right now at 1-11, -138. But guess what? Pryor, they're playing for the 7 seed. They can still possibly get the 7 seed if they win their last 2 games because they beat Coweta earlier. So you could tie up with Coweta at the 7 seed. You might have something going on there. And you have McAlester tonight and then Durant later on where you almost beat Durant, only lost by 1 last time out. For McAlester, this is what, again, we're going to break it down, just make it simple. The best you can do is 4th place. The worst that you can do is 7th. You can't finish worse than 7th. You can't finish better than 4th. But if Tahlequah wins tonight, you cannot finish 4th. You're playing tomorrow just to try to keep the 5 seed. Right. But that 4th place doesn't happen if you don't win tonight. If McAlester loses tonight or Tahlequah wins, that 4 seed is unattainable. So McAlester trying to focus on themselves, try to break this losing streak that they're on, a 4-game losing streak. And can they do it? We're about to find out. We have 5 minutes until our starting lineups are announced and tip-off will commence here in Pryor Creek, America at the Burdick Center. This is Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown. We will take a 4-minute break and be right back here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
All right, here on Valentine's night and also on senior night for the Pryor Tigers, the McAlester Buffaloes and the Pryor Tigers are about to have their starting lineups commenced as the Lady Buffaloes fell to the Pryor Lady Tigers earlier tonight, 70-34. Thank you for having a Valentine's date with us tonight over in Pryor, Oklahoma. We feel flattered. Hey, the McAlester Buffaloes on the road. They're wearing their road black-on-black uniforms with the white numerals on the front and back and white cursive McAlester across the chest with the gold accents along the sleeves and down the shorts. So, led by second-year head coach Mike Dooney, 10-11 on the year of the McAlester Buffaloes. Right now, the 5 seed in the 5A4 standings. Your starting 5 looks like this. Sophomore forward, number 1, Devion Bickham, averaging 6 and 6, 6 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. Sophomore guard, number 2, Brandon Smith, leading the team in three-point percentage at 40% and steals per game at 3.1. Freshman guard, number 3, Rodney Washington, 48 points away from 500 as a freshman, averaging 21.5 points per game and leading the team with 6.6 rebounds per game. Sophomore guard / forward, number 5, Davian Pouncil, who has led the team in scoring in back-to-back games, 16 points last time against Tulsa Memorial back on Tuesday at the MAC. And senior guard number 10, Alex Dooney, rounding out the starting five for the McAlester Buffaloes. Had a really great game against Pryor last time out. 11 points on 3 of 4 shooting, was also 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, and had 2 rebounds. Now for the Pryor Tigers, they're going to be wearing their home, looks like white on white uniforms as well. Do they have the pink trims too? They have the blue. They have the blue, right?
Yes.
Yep, so there you are. I had some McAlester fans that were standing. I couldn't see the jerseys right there. But no, the Pryor Tigers, led by head coach Nathan Smith, they're 4-18 on the year. Their starting five looks like this. Starting off at number 0, Christian Fuentes, the 5'9" senior. Number 1, Braden Ward, the 6'2" junior. Number 2, Brock Ward, the 6'tall junior. So when we have both those players on the floor at the same time, I'll refer to them as their first names, Braden and Brock. You also have number 24, Jackson Mavers, the 6' junior, and number 33, Jonathan Wright, the 6'3" senior. So, Nate, the first thing I notice here, McAlester with the height advantage tonight.
Yep, and hopefully they can use that to their advantage. I can't remember, how far did they win the rebounding battle?
McAlester nearly doubled Pryor last time, 30-16.
Okay, so, look for them to do that again here tonight.
All right, we're about to have tip-off brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and offers a 50-50 split. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester behind Dollar General. Nate, before we get started, any final thoughts that you have for this one?
Well, I'm excited to see this. I think McAlester definitely can break that 4-game losing streak that they're on right now. They just need to go out here and prove it.
That's Nate Brown. I'm Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes. 8 minutes are on the clock. We have Wright in the circle with Devion Bickham. Tip is won easily by McAlester, and it's basketball time here in the Heartland. Buffaloes with the ball on the left side of the half-court line here in the first half. The Tigers will have it on the right. Brandon Smith, angle right. Hook pass over to the between the rings mark to Pouncil. Quick swing to the near corner to Dooney. Dooney looks inside, can't find anyone. Now takes the dribble out by the edge of the Pryor P logo. Dooney feeds it angle right to Pouncil. Pouncil looking inside. Will have to try to dribble it past a man. Now jump stops inside, mid-range area. Triple teamed, and they're going to say that Pouncil traveled.
I didn't see him pick up his feet, but
and that will be an early turnover on the McAlester Buffaloes. And we mentioned that in the pregame show. McAllister's one weakness against Pryor back in the MAC on December 20th. They had double the amount of turnovers as Pryor did. Led to more shot attempts for the Tigers. Between the circles, Ward. Here's another whistle. This one is an offensive foul. And that'll be on number 33, Jonathan Wright, the 6'3" senior.
That'll be his first team first of the first quarter.
We're talking about how young the Pryor Lady Tigers were. Hey, the Pryor Tigers are pretty young, too. They only had, looks like 2 seniors start tonight here on senior night. Angle right, Rodney Washington attacks the perimeter. Went with a behind-the-back pass. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it swung off of a Tiger and went into the Pryor cheerleaders. McAlester will inbound at baseline with 7:09 left in the first as we're looking for our first points. Smith finds Dooney near corner with the inbound. Dooney penetrates with the dribble back outside of Bickham. Bickham far corner, drives in, lost the ball on his way there to the top of the key. Three-pointer up by Washington, won't go. And an offensive board by Brandon Smith, short corner near side. Back to the left wing to Dooney. McAlester second chance here. Dooney inside the three-point line, no look, bounce pass, trying to find Pouncil baseline, and it sails out of bounds. McAlester with 2 turnovers already.
Just take a breather, just take a deep breath, and forget about those first 2 possessions.
McAlester is averaging 62.9 points per game. That is almost exactly 20 more points per game than what Pryor is averaging this year. But again, the last time these 2 teams met up, Pryor had one of their best scoring games of the season. As here's a steal by Rodney Washington, going up with a dunk, and he'll slam it home. Cock it and rocket Rodney Washington. Rodzilla makes it a 2-0 game. 6:25 left in the first.
And that's exactly what you want to see McAlester getting out in transition and converting those transition opportunities.
Left wing, pass to Mavers. Mavers looks inside, low post 2, up and over a man was Braden Ward to tie up the game 2-all. Quickly, Rodney Washington gets the pass and stops right wing. Between the legs dribble, 6:07 left in the first, back out into the front court to Brandon Smith. Pass baseline to Bickham, looking back door for Davian Pouncil, pass too high, stolen by the Tigers, another turnover. Christian Fuentes down the timeline, down to the low post, and 2-pointer will be missed, but a foul first. We'll see who it's on. Looks like it's on Brandon Smith as Braden Ward will head to the free throw line.
That'll be Smith's first team first of the first quarter for McAlester.
We saw this over in McAlester, too. The Buffaloes got out to a slow start against the Tigers, but they took the lead right before the end of the first quarter, and that's a lead that they would keep the rest of the game. So far in the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds, just a little bit of a slow start, too, with the turnover bug. First free throw does fall after it Takes a Tiger bounce in for Braden Ward, the 6'2" junior.
He's got all 3 points right now.
Tigers' first lead of the game. The Southpaw's second free throw is back iron. And a foul, this will be called on the Tigers. Down low, number 33, Jonathan Wright, has already picked up his second foul. He's the only Tiger with any fouls, and he's going to have to take an early seat. In for him will be Jackson Parks, the 6'3" sophomore. So splitting the trip at the charity stripe was Braden Ward. McAlester down 3-2 with 5:50 remaining in the first. Pouncil, left front court, passes to Smith. Smith now feeds it into the corner to Rodney Washington. Washington eyeing the baseline, nothing was open there. High pass to Smith. Smith comes down with it into the paint, lobs it outside, far corner, pop and shot three by Dooney, won't go. And after a battle for the rebound, it looks like it was last touched by Bickham, who tried saving it along the baseline. So getting a slow start so far, just 5 combined points in 2.5 minutes of play in the first quarter. 2 points by Rodney Washington on a right-handed dunk, and 3 points so far by Braden Ward on a left block 2 and then a free throw made. Left wing Parks, left alone, now to the top of the key to Brock. Brock penetrates with the dribble, low post, spins right into Bickham. Bickham blocks his shot down low. Dooney's got the rebound. Dooney ahead, over to Smith across the half-court line. Lobbing along the baseline, back out to the near corner. Rodney Washington, back to Bickham baseline. Tries driving into the paint, 2 floater, will go. Devion Bickham on the scoreboard, and McAlester retakes the lead, 4-3, just under 5 minutes left in the first. Perfect with the touch. There's Rodney Washington, gets the dunk, and prepare for liftoff. Rodney Washington says, hold on to your seats. There's going to be some turbulence. Makes it now 6-3, and McAlester has doubled the score of the Pryor Tigers on the second dunk of the day for Rodney Washington. Driving, jump stopping, low post 2. What a shot by Braden Ward on his way there too. Makes it a 6-5 game. Coach Dooney says something to an official. I don't know if that was a timeout though. We had a stoppage here.
I don't believe it was a timeout. There's a wet spot on the floor. Which
in front of the McAlester bench here. So no timeout, just cleaning up the wet spot. 4:29 left in the first, and so far Braden Ward has been fantastic against McAlester, but Rodney Washington with 2 thunderous dunks so far. Left wing, outside the perimeter, left-handed pass to the far corner, to the right wing, Pouncil, contested 3, short. Rebounded by Brock Ward. McAlester up by 1, 6-5, 4:12 left in the first. Pass near corner to Parks. Parks high post, back outside, right wing. Mavers between the circle, to the left wing to Fuentes. Fuentes trying to direct traffic. His dribbles and hands off to Mavers. Mavers dribbling left side, bangs off a TNT. Picks up his dribble in the front court, pass to the far corner back to Brock. Brock lost the ball. Smith has the steal, has a layup, and he will miss the wide open layup. Very uncharacteristic of Brandon Smith. It's still a 6-5 game. Outside for the lead, far corner 3, won't go. Too short, offensive board, and now there's a lead for the Pryor Tigers. Jackson Parks with his first 2 points. The first 2 points by somebody not named Braden Ward, and McAlester down 7-6. Straight away, Washington backpedals up near the Pryor logo. Pass side post. Smith looks down low for Bickham. Bickham, touch shot won't go. Smith can't get the putback. Offensive board by Davian Pouncil. Davian Pouncil's tied up with the Tiger. This will be a jump ball, and it should be Pryor basketball, and it will be. 3:15 left in the first. Again, this game so far playing out exactly like it did over at McAlester.
It absolutely is.
Here's an inbound stolen by Bickham in the corner. Bickham throws it. Well, nearly threw it off of Brock Ward. He did. Ward nearly still saved that pass.
He caught it, but he was stepping out of bounds when he caught it.
Bickham inbounds to Rodney Washington, about 10 feet from the right wing area. Dribbles up to the 3-point line, penetrates, goes up for a contested 2, nothing but the bottom of the bucket. And McAlester retakes the lead as now Rodney Washington with the quick 6 points. 8-7, McAlester leads by 1. Fuentes, bobbing, weaving, stops, backs up near the edge of the circle once more. Dooney applies pressure. Fuentes tries to get around Dooney. Dribbles with the right hand, right side. Now reverse direction, goes back to the right. Feed to Ward. That's Brock Ward at the top of the key. Ward lost it off his hands. Pouncil dies after the ball. It slides back over into the circle, taken back by Fuentes. Pouncil knocks it loose again. Pouncil, unrelentless. Lost the ball, though. Smith tried saving it and couldn't do so.
And this is what we were talking about out in transition. McAlester has so many athletes on this team, but they just cannot figure out how to score in transition unless it's a Rodney Washington dunk.
But Davian Pouncil there, what the hustle play by Davian Pouncil to even have a chance there. He was all over the place, unrelentless with this defensive presence. But it's still a 1-point McAlester lead. 2:21 left in the first. Mavers gets across the half-court line and is able to find Braden Ward. Now to the right wing to Parks. Parks driving. Gets past Dooney, and that'll be a blocking foul on Dooney. Dooney tried to sell it a little bit. There was contact made, but there's the 2 and 1. That'll be Dooney's first.
Be the second team foul of McAlester.
As Pryor retakes the lead 9-8. There's really not much more Dooney could do there. Parks has got the height advantage over Dooney. I think Dooney wasn't going to block him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen there. Parks' free throw is good, and it's the largest lead of the game for the Tigers so far. A 2-point lead, 10-8. 2:10 left in the first. Smith left wing, feeds it to a trailing Washington who prepared a shot but then decides against it and backpedals it up near the referee along the near sideline. Washington now roams over between the circles and passes it left wing to Smith. Smith bounce pass to Dooney. Dooney calling for some help. Dooney guarded up by Mavers, passing out to Washington. Angle left. Washington right past one man towards the rack. Another dunk! Hope you got your cameras out. Does anyone know how to post videos to Facebook? 10-10 our score. Down low, Parks trying to give his team the lead back. Can't do so with the first shot. Offensive rebound. Back up for the 2, and he's fouled again.
Foul's going to be on Pouncil, his first, team third.
Rodney Washington, 8 points. 6 of those have been thunderous dunks.
I think he's feeling it today.
He's also feeling some pain right now. He's kind of favoring an ankle, and Wesley Phillips is having to check in for Rodney Washington. Really, ever since that game over in Bridge Creek against Plainview, I believe, he's had that issue with his ankle.
Because he rolled it pretty good that day.
Parks trying to give his team the lead here. First free throw is up and rattles out. Bickham thought there was an and 1. So he was ready to grab the rebound and go the other way with it.
I was thinking it was too. I was wondering why everyone was standing around.
Parks' second free throw is good. So Pryor retakes the lead 11-10. McAlester without Rodney Washington right now, who has to sit a little bit. He can feel some ankle pain. Smith backpedals it on near the circle. Smith dribbles, guarded a little bit by Mavers. It's a 2-3, looks like zone by Pryor. Nice reversal. Driving in, Brandon Smith throws at the bottom of the rim, but offensive rebound, and Davian Pouncil has Smith's back. And it gives McAlester the lead back, 12-11. Pouncil's on the scoreboard. Driving in quickly, popping. Nope, not a popping shot. And instead of pass down to the low post, Parks. Reverse layup won't go. Pouncil has the rebound. 65 seconds left in the first. McAlester trying to extend a 1-point lead. Lob to Dooney, left wing. Dooney double teamed. Behind the back pass, finding Pouncil, low post. Pouncil triple team back out to the near corner to Dooney. Dooney double teamed in the corner. Dooney goes baseline. Triple team goes up with a shot or some kind of attempt, and there will be a foul now on McAlester here in the corner. And foul will be on Dooney.
That's his second.
Fourth team foul. McAlester leading by a point. 48 seconds left in the first.
Looks like Dooney will stay in here.
And in the backcourt, Mavers will take a slow dribble with the left hand across the half-court line. 40 seconds left in the first. Backs up Smith as soon as he gets across the half-court line.
Getting ready to check in is Johnny Facio.
Pass to the top of the key. Braden, free throw line. Contested 2 will be well short. Grazes the front side of the iron. Smith with a rebound. McAlester with the 1-point advantage. Smith, right wing. Backpedals on up. Tries to cross over Fuentes. Now a long pass to the left wing to Pouncil. 14 seconds left in the first. Back to Smith, angle right. 11 seconds, now 10. Smith on the drive, mid-range. High shot will be blocked. Parks blocks the shot of Smith with 5.8 seconds left in the first. And Gianni Facio getting some early run time here in the first quarter. He'll check in for Alex Dooney so he doesn't pick up his third foul before the end of the first quarter. Because if that happened, you don't play him at all in the second.
Right. And
Ronnie was wanting to come in. I don't think they're going to let, either they're not going to let him come in right now or if they change their mind. 5 seconds left. Smith will have a baseline inbound right at the glass. And now they're having a discussion at the scores table.
not sure what the discussion is about.
Is it about if they're letting Rodney come out onto the floor? Because Rodney kind of stood back up and then stepped back down. Oh, Facio may not be on the score sheet.
Oh, man.
which if he checks in would be a technical foul if he's not on the official score sheet.
Right.
McAlester handed over their score sheet. That's the only thing I could think of.
I mean, that almost has to be it. And the referee's covering his mouth so we can't tell what he said.
They're going to let Rodney check in for Wesley Phillips. Again, that's the only thing I can think of right now if they're looking at the score sheet is either how many fouls somebody has or it would be Facio checking in if he's not on the score sheet right now.
I don't know why we would be checking fouls this early.
So it leads me to believe it has to be if Facio's on the score sheet.
And without a signal,
I think that they're just going to let him play on. They're just going to let him play on here. So Facio will inbound with 5.8 seconds left in the first and a 1-point McAlester lead. The lob to Washington, 4 seconds. 3 seconds to the far corner, Smith. 2 seconds. Foul called before the shot was thrown up in the air.
It'll be the third team foul on Pryor.
No free throws here. It's on Braden Ward, his first. And now a couple of substitutions with 2 seconds left. Checking in Khalil Spurrier and Gage Lafreur. Facio will once again inbound. As of right now, no one guarding him on the inbound. Pouncil's in the corner. He can shoot threes. Inbound near corner, three-pointer at the buzzer. Hit off the top of the backboard. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. McAlester does lead at the end of one, 12-11. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
We begin the second quarter in a close game between the Pryor Tigers and your McAlester Buffaloes. 12-11 is our score. Second quarters where McAlester got their rhythm last time these two teams played. Can they do it again? So far, we've been trading leads through one quarter of play. Rodney Washington on the floor with Brandon Smith, Davian Pouncil, Gianni Facio, and Devion Bickham. Washington currently with the ball and already 3 dunks in this game. Right wing, he jump passes it to Pouncil in the left area. Pouncil backpedals it on up, well guarded by Fuentes. Fuentes on him like a gnat, passing back to the edge of the circle. Washington steps into a top of the key three, airballs it. Facio tries saving the rebound, can't do so. So it'll be an out-of-bounds shot by Rodney Washington. Ball back over to the Tigers. Down by 1 to McAlester, 40 seconds into the second quarter. Mavers in the backcourt, hands off to Braden Ward. Ward bounce pass back over to Mavers in the front court in the corner. Parks with the pass to the top of the key. Hands it back to Ward. Ward with a tough two. Too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by Bickham. Bickham 3-on-3 in transition. Bounce pass to Rodney. Rodney driving. Draws contact. Blocking foul, and he got it and one. He shoots. He scores right this way. Mr. Washington to the charity stripe. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. It'll be McAllister's first free throw of the game, as Rodney's already into double digits. Free throw is missed, though, and it's a 3-point McAlester lead, though their largest lead of the game. Smith with the near steal after the Pryor rebound. Mavers gets into the corner. Fuentes thought about a three, now shuffles to the right and takes it. That one's nothing but nylon, and it ties up the game 14-14.
Pryor just 1 of 2 from three-point range.
6:45 left in the half. Trying to feed it to Facio along the baseline, and Facio was making his way from the right side to the left, and he just looked at it too late.
Wesley Phillips checking in for Davian Pouncil here.
6:44 left in the half, 14 all. Fuentes lobs to Mavers, who will walk it across the far sideline. Mavers between the rings. Wigington, bounce pass outside, near corner three is made. Braden Ward hits the three, and it's now a 17-14 Pryor lead. They made back-to-back trays. He's up to 8 points. After he scored the first 5 points of the game, Braden Ward backpedaling on up. Smith is fouled by Mavers after the ball came loose.
That'll be the second team foul on Pryor here in the second quarter.
Pouncil getting ready to check in for the Buffs.
Pouncil checking in for...
They'll check in for Smith. 17-14, McAlester down by 3, not playing their best basketball.
No, they've got to find something going on offense.
6:10 left in the half. So far, this game is going exactly the way the Pryor Tigers want it to go. Left front court, passing to the right wing area. Pouncil jab step, doesn't start his dribble, now gets it out to Facio. Facio penetrates back outside to Pouncil. Pouncil high post spin move. Gets it back out far corner. Facio takes the 2. It's back ironed. Offensive board, Davian Pouncil. Low post, lost the ball. But it was last touched by Pouncil. I thought it was stripped loose by a Tiger. Last touched by the sophomore, and it'll be back to Pryor basketball, leading by 3 with 5:50 left in the half. Really, something's got to happen other than Rodney Washington right now.
Right.
He's got 10 out of the 14.
And you only have 2 scores outside of Washington.
Pouncil has 2, and Thickham has 2. Right wing, Wigington feeds it to Fuentes. Fuentes already hit a 3 earlier this quarter. He roams over to the right wing and backpedals up and feeds it now to the top of the key, over to Ward. Ward to the left wing, swings into the corner to Park. Parks driving baseline, stopping underneath the basket, scores and 1. And Pryor's building up a pretty good lead now, a 5-point lead with a chance to make it a 6 as Jackson Parks to the free throw line.
Fouls on Wesley Phillips, his first. Brandon Smith checking in for Devion Bickham.
19-14 McAlester, down by 5 with a chance to go down by 6. Parks' free throw is good, and it's a 6-point Pryor lead, 20-14.
Pryor's 4 of 6 from the free throw line.
Smith takes it down the middle of the floor. Stops on the claw of the Tiger logo and feeds it with the right-handed shovel pass to Pouncil. Pouncil bounce pass to Facio. Facio trying to find Smith baseline and does so. He's double-teamed along the baseline, and there should be a jump ball here, and there will be, and that should be going to Pryor, and it will. They have the possession arrow. Dooney checking back in, this time for Wesley Phillips. So on the floor is Dooney, Facio, Pouncil, Smith, and Washington. 3 minutes into the second quarter. I think McAllister's only scored 2 points this quarter, have they?
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was 12-11 as we entered the second quarter. Inside Wigington, outside, left wing 3 by Ward is good. And it is a 9-point McAllister deficit to the last place team in the 5A4 standings that just came off their first district win ever. Here's a long 2 that'll be made by Brandon Smith, rattles the rings, and that's what McAllister needed.
Yeah, just
desperately.
Needed something to go on the offensive side.
23-16, McAllister down by 7 now. Pass to the edge of the circle over to Ward. Ward to the right wing, spotting up, taking the 3. Wigington nearly got it. Smith climbs in for the rebound, and McAllister trying to get some momentum now. Smith down the floor, through traffic, into the corner. Facio, spot up corner 3, off the front iron. Rebounded by Smith. Tough 2, won't go. Gets his own rebound on his back and misses the shot. Offensive board by Facio, straight away. Washington for 3. He's short with a shot. That'll go into the corner, last touch by Washington. And it will be Pryor basketball. Things are not falling at all for McAllister, even when you're trying to make the shot on your back. Brandon Smith got the rebound on his back.
McAllister right now is shooting 35% from the field, 0 of 7 from 3. Pryor 8 of 15, 3 of 5 from 3.
McAllister has only scored 4 points here in the second quarter. Pryor's defense has locked McAllister down. Across the timeline, Spurrier, guarded by Dooney in the front court. Jump pass, finding Ward. High post, pulls up, 9-foot jumper, got it. And Ward is killing McAllister.
I'm sorry, but Ward needs to be double-teamed on every time he touches the ball.
Pouncil inside the perimeter, tries to feed it back outside. Stolen, ahead to Fuentes. Fuentes stops, goes up for 2, and a foul called on Washington. So free throws are on the way here for Christian Fuentes, with a chance to give his team a double-digit lead over the McAlester Buffaloes. 3:33 left in the half.
Foul was on Rodney Washington, his first.
First shot in the air is short. So Wesley Phillips coming in for Pouncil. And I thought McAlester played pretty decently against the top team in 5A4 back on Tuesday. But they just haven't played well at all today. So here's did that foul occur before? They're going to count the free throw shot, but there was a foul on a push by number 1 Braden Ward. That'll be his second, team third. Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah, they counted it. Oh, they called it on Jackson Parks. I thought he held up a number 1.
Saying the free throw was good.
Okay, I see what he's saying. High post, left elbow, back outside near corner. Bickham straight away to Washington. Washington enters the perimeter, goes up for 2 inside the paint, and the roundabout shot falls. And McAlester down 26-18, down by 8 points. McAlester will press with 3:10 left in the half. Well, no, they won't. They'll back up with the dribble. Spurrier feeds the right wing to Parks into the corner. Spot up 3 by Fuentes is short. Rebounded by Bickham, and there will be a foul anyway here on the Tigers, whether Bickham got the rebound or not. So Bickham did grab the board, but immediately after, Brett Wigington with the foul. That's his first. Team fourth with 2:59 left in the half.
It looks like Davian Pounce was checking in as well.
Yeah, he'll come in for Phillips. So the Buffaloes down by 8, 26-18. I wouldn't say this has been the first half dominated by the Tigers, but it's been a second quarter dominated by the Tigers for sure. Left wing Pouncil. Passes to the right front court to Dooney. Dooney looks high post, finds Smith. Pop and shot, right elbow 2. Will go right down the hoop for Brandon Smith. Makes it a 6-point game, 26-20.
And he's got 4 points today.
Fuentes roams left on Smith. Stops left arc. And just backing away from Smith, and Smith will be charged with a reach-around foul here as he tried poking the ball away from Fuentes.
That'll be his second, team third of the second quarter.
But as I mentioned, this game is going exactly the way that the Tigers want it to go so far. They are scoring above their average right now, 26 points. They're holding McAlester to well below their season average margin so far. Here's a Parks push-off 2 that will go. Muscles his way into the low post, gets the 2 to fall over Bickham, and it's now 28-20. Bickham near corner, double team. Out straight away to Smith. Pop and shot 3, no good. McAlester continues to struggle from the 3-point mark. They're 0 of 8, I believe, right?
That's correct.
Left wing, Fuentes takes a wide open 3. That one's too strong. Offensive rebound, taken by Spurrier. Back inside, 2-pointers blocked by Pouncil, and immediately a foul here on Ward. That'll be Ward's second foul. That for sure is on Braden Ward. And free throws are coming up here for Davian Pouncil. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
This is just free throw attempts 2 and 3 for McAlester on the game.
Pouncil on the season, a 69% free throw shooter. He was just 1 of 3 from the charity stripe against Tulsa Memorial back on Tuesday, though. His first free throw won't go. And nothing is going right for the Buffaloes, it seems like, today. Whether that be the Lady Buffaloes or the Buffaloes. Pouncil takes a deep breath. Second free throw, short, missed them both. And McAlester cannot get the rebound, and it'll give the ball back to the Pryor Tigers. It's been frustrating tonight for McAlester fans. Buffaloes have not been on their A game tonight.
It looks like McAllister's going to press here.
Well, then they just kind of pressure the inbound, and then they back up with the dribble. Spurrier will take it across the half-court line, guarded by Dooney. 1:43 left in the half. Feeding it off to Fuentes between the circles. Fuentes backpedals it on up. Now passes to the near corner to Parks. Parks takes a contested 3, back ironed. Washington brings down the rebound down in the low post. With 90 seconds left in the half. Pass to Pouncil. Takes it across the half-court line with a spin. Back to Washington between the circles. Washington right wing to Smith. Goes baseline, double team, lobs back out right wing to Dooney. Dooney had the ball swatted off of his knee out of bounds, and Coach Dooney is trying to say he was hit on the arm. He will not get that call. 1:18 left in the half, 28-20. McAlester fans saying you could hear the slap from here. Spurrier gets the inbound. Spurrier takes it down the floor himself straight away. Spurrier all the way into the paint. 6-foot rise and shot will go, and it's another 10-point deficit for McAlester, 30-20. 1:06 left in the half. Pouncil near corner. Pouncil stops, double team. Tries to find Dooney, who was held on the pass. Now head over to Ward. Now to Fuentes. Fuentes up for two, and he gets it over Washington. No, he doesn't. He misses it. Again, it's hard to see sometimes with the dark gym that we have here tonight. Driving in Smith the other way is fouled on his way up. Hard to see the netting from where we're at, but Brandon Smith will go to the free throw line here as he was fouled on the shot.
Foul's going to be on number 1, Ward, his second.
I thought Braden Ward had the foul not too long ago.
I don't know.
I thought that he had a foul on him about 2 minutes ago.
That might have changed it.
Smith's first free throw is good. So McAlester down by 9, 30-21.
All things considered, this could be a lot worse for McAlester right now.
Yeah, they're lucky they're only down by 9. They have not, like I said, not played well at all here in the first half. Second free throw is good. Nothing but net. McAlester brings it down to 8.
Smith's got 6 points today.
46 seconds left in the half. Step back, left wing three in the air, and rims out. Bigham's got the rebound, falling backwards, is able to find Smith along the far sideline. Smith past one man, 36 seconds left in the half. Smith, swing pass, left wing, long three. Washington got it, paying it gold. McAllister's first made three. I look over at Brandon, he's like, I don't know why they haven't been falling before. Again, they've had some open looks, but the first three falls for Rodney Washington, 30-25. McAlester down by 5, top of the key. Bounce pass. No, it's going to be a tip pass by Brandon Smith. McAlester with a chance to close it even more. Near corner. Washington spot up three. That one won't go. Pouncil tries to grab the rebound. He made contact with the Pryor Tiger first down the low post on the rebound attempt.
That'll be the second on Pouncil and team fourth.
Caven Hill and Wesley Phillips will come in. There's right now 3 different McAlester players playing with 2 fouls. French will also check in. Well, we have 6 players on the floor right now. Someone's got to come off. So Brandon's going to check out. So it's Washington, French, Bickham, Hill, and Phillips on the floor. And here comes the inbound. The Mavers quickly back to Ward. 5 seconds. Ward lost the ball, gathers it back. McAlester don't foul. Here's a tip pass over to Washington. Washington tried going up with the shot. He was grabbed by Ward first. That, without a shadow of a doubt, will be Braden Ward's third personal foul. And 2 free throws will be awarded to Rodney Washington before the buzzer sounded. So a chance for McAlester to make it a one-possession game if Washington can get both of these free throws. What a weird game we've had tonight. It's been strange. And in the middle of the fight song,
they were waiting on the band to stop playing.
In unison, they all cut it off at the same time. First free throw by Washington is made, so it's 30-26. Washington trying to make it a 7-point run to end the half for McAlester. Second free throw is good, and he does so. So that will be the end of the first half. The McAlester Buffaloes, down at 1 point by 10 points, have now cut it to a 3-point deficit as we go to the locker room. 30-27, the Pryor Tigers lead your McAlester Buffaloes here in this big district matchup for both these teams here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger? Well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Well, at the end of the first half, the McAlester Buffaloes trailed to the Pryor Tigers here on the Tigers senior night, 30-27. Nate, it was a frustrating first half for McAlester, but all things considered, only being down by 3, despite a lot of setbacks for McAlester in the first half, you got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, being down 10 with, I want to say 2 minutes left in the first half, to be down only 3 right now, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can complain about with it being that close. But this has been, like you said, it's been a very frustrating game so far.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at your halftime stats brought to you by First Realty. That's at 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Thank you for spending your Valentine's night with us. Hopefully the McAlester Buffaloes can make it a good Valentine's night. They trail by 3 right now. Let's look at how the first half has totaled up stats-wise. Nate?
All right, Rodney Washington was your leading scorer in the first half. He had 17 on 7 of 11 shooting. He had 1 rebound and 3 steals, and it was 3 dunks in the first quarter.
At least.
Right?
It was 3 or 4, but yes, he had quite a bit.
Then Brandon Smith, he had 6 points in the first half. He had 7 rebounds along with 4 offensive. He also had 2 steals. Devion Bickham had 2 points. He has 3 defensive rebounds in the first half along with the steal and a block. Davian Pouncil has 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 offensive along with the steal and a block. Johnny Fascio has an offensive rebound. Let's see. Alex Dooney has a defensive rebound. And that will do it for individual scores. Move on to team stats now. McAlester, after not shooting very well through basically the first quarter, just a couple shots behind Pryor right now. McAlester 11 of 28, good for 39%, which is not great, but not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's about average. I mean, it's a lot of teams average, but below their average.
Right. And Pryor is 11 of 24, good for 46%. McAlester just 1 of 10 from three-point range compared to Pryor's 3 of 9. Then McAlester was 4-7 from the free throw line. Pryor not much better, 5 of 8. McAlster's vastly out-rebounding Pryor right now, 18-7. But they have turned the ball over 10 times compared to Pryor's 8. And McAlester has had 2 blocks compared to Pryor's 1.
So really what it comes down to is shooting. I mean, McAlester staying in this game because of their rebound ability to be able to stop Pryor not give them second chance opportunities, but McAllister's not doing much when they get the ball down the floor. But Pryor being able to shoot 46%, out of every 2 times they go down the floor, they're scoring. So McAllister's defense in some way has to be able to find a way to be able to stop Pryor in the second half, who, again, their season high so far this year is just at 69 points against Seymour, Missouri. But they're on their way to be able to get around that mark right now with the way that they've been scoring so far. So what can McAllister do in the second half to be able to take the lead and take a pivotal district win?
Well, number one, you've got to find a way to stop Braden Ward. He had 13 points in the first half, and he was clearly starting to feel it from three-point range. But on the offensive side, someone's got to step up outside of Rodney Washington. He can win this game for you, but someone is going to have to step up and be that secondary scorer that we've seen. I'm looking at Brandon Smith right now.
I was about to say, Brandon Smith closing out the second quarter looked really good from the field.
Right.
He was finding he looked really comfortable from the mid-range area in the second quarter. So I'm expecting him to have a pretty big second half. And if he does have a big second half, I think McAllister should get this win, as long as they can find a way to be able to clamp down on Braden Ward. But by the way, Braden Ward picked up a big third foul at the buzzer of the second quarter. So we're going to see how sparingly Coach Smith ends up using him. I expect him to probably start the third quarter, but if McAllister can get him with a fourth foul, things could start swinging in McAllister's favor even more so.
Yeah, and that's exactly one thing I would target in the third quarter. I would be going after him on defense, trying to pick up that fourth foul as quickly as you can.
30-27, McAllister down by 3. They went on a 7-0 run to end the second quarter, trying to carry that into the second half. We have 2.5 minutes until the second half. Again, this is Brandon Green along with Nate Brown. Those are your halftime stats brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAllister. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net. We will take a commercial break and be back in 2 minutes here on KNED.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAllister News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal House.
Vinton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Finn Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at finnnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
So we're looking at 2 games right now outside of ours. Again, McAllister's got to win this game if they want a chance to be able to take the 4 seed still. But also they're looking at that Tahlequah and Edison game, because if Tahlequah beats Edison, then the 4 seed is still attainable, is not attainable no matter what McAllister does tonight. What are our scores that we're looking at so far, Nate?
So right now, we're going to talk about the Memorial Coweta game. Memorial is up 41-22 on Coweta in the third quarter. And at halftime in Tahlequah, Edison is up 31-22.
All right, so
which is exactly what you wanted to see.
Both those games going the way that you want it to, but McAllister has to win tonight to be able to get the best possible seeding that they can at a 4 seed. McAllister trailing 30-27. We begin the second half with Brandon Smith, Alex Dooney, Rodney Washington, Davian Pouncil, and Devion Bickham on the floor for McAllister. Your starting 5. Right now, Dooney and Smith kind of just playing catch right now in the front court, as now McAllister's on the right side of the half-court line, down by 3, 30-27. 25 seconds into the third quarter. Now, Smith and Dooney flip sides here in the front court. Dooney pats the top of his head, trying to find Bickham at the high post. Bickham couldn't come free. Right wing pass now to Bickham straight away. Finds Washington left wing. McAlester in the middle of a 7-0 run that started in the second quarter. Lob pass to the right wing to Dooney. Dooney pass to the left wing. Smith, long three. Painted goal, tie game. Brandon Smith connects for his first 3 of the game, and it's 30-all here. 7:05 left in the third quarter.
And Brandon Smith's got 9 now.
What did you just mention at the end of our halftime stats and our keys to the second half, talking about Brandon Smith?
Someone's got to step up, and we were looking at Brandon, and that's the way to do it right there.
And once he starts to find his stroke, hey, he's made 7 in a game before. Here's a right wing 3 by Mavers that won't go. Washington does grab the rebound right near the far sideline out of bounds line. So Washington takes it down the floor. His team down 30-30. He walks into a straightaway 3 that's airballed. Smith can't save the rebound, and Washington looks straight up into the rafters. He has not had his stroke so far. What do you see from 3? 1 of 6. He is a 38% three-point shooter, but tonight just struggling from downtown. This time McAlester looks like, again, they're working with the man-to-man defense all throughout the floor. Mavers guarded by Dooney. Mavers gets around Dooney. Dribbles inside the three-point line, stops left elbow, takes a 2, and is fouled by Dooney. That will be his 3rd. And it's on the shot, so Mavers with a chance to give his team the lead again. 6:22 left in the third. Yeah, at the free throw line last time out, these two teams. McAlester was 78% from the line as Mavers hits the first free throw to give the Tigers lead back. Pryor was 65% from the line at 11 of 17. What are they tonight?
They are 6 of 9 for 67%. So right around their average.
The Southpaw's second free throw is switched as well, and it's now 32-30. McAlester back down by 2, and that breaks that 10-0 McAlester run. Cross-court pass, finding its way to Pouncil. Pouncil attacks, low post, tries to thin the needle, and can't do so with the shot. He does fight for his own offensive rebound. High post, he jumps into a Tiger to the near corner. Smith drives, kicks it back out between the circles to the left wing to Pouncil. Quick feed to the far corner. Washington going up for a contested 2, and he ties the game. Rodney Washington up to 19 points for the Buffaloes, leading all scorers right now. 32-32 the score. Mavers take that back. That's right near corner. He's able to feed it now over to Braden Ward, playing with 3 fouls, driving in. 2 is up, and I think might have been blocked. Yes, it was blocked by Pouncil. As they say, the last person that touched it was number 5 for McAlester. 5:44 left in the third.
That's Pouncil's second block.
Pouncil on the season, he's had only 3 blocks coming into tonight.
Wow.
All season long, so 2 blocks tonight for the sophomore. Looking inside with the inbound, we'll have a foul called.
Oh, no.
A timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:42 left in the third. 32-32 our score here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
That was the first use timeout of the game. It was coming from Coach Nathan Smith of Pryor. They get the inbound to the low post. Pryor again with the basketball. No look pass outside to Brock Ward. Brock tries going baseline, guarded by Pouncil. Feed to the top of the key to Fuentes. Fuentes gets locked in on by Pouncil. Pouncil applies the pressure, passes the far sideline to Mavers. Dooney applies pressure back to Fuentes. Inside the circle. Dribbles right on Pouncil. Feed to the corner to Mavers. Mavers gets a screen by Ward. Looking inside for Ward, guarded well by Smith. Now to the far corner. Brock Ward, guarded by Smith. Feeds the high post. 2-pointer up by Wright. Won't go. Back iron. Bickham says, give me that ball. Bounce pass along the baseline. Ahead to Smith. McAlester trying to retake the lead. Baseline. Pouncil jumps into a man and scores. Asserts his dominance down in the low post. And McAlester has retaken the lead, up by 2 after being down by 10-plus points just a moment ago in the second quarter. 4:55 left in the third. McAlester is leading 34-32. Pass high post. Braden Ward stops at the free throw line. Hand straight up in the air by Washington. Leads to the missed shot. And Bickham with the board. Ahead to Smith. Smith enters the perimeter. Baseline to Dooney. Dooney open for the right block 2. Left it short. He was expecting someone to go for the block. He had a wide open 2. Just could not get it to go. Pass near corner, Fuentes. McAlester still leading by 2. Fuentes tries going baseline on Pouncil. Well guarded. He denies access to the paint. Fuentes now goes up to the circle. Just kind of roaming around the front court right now. Feed it far sideline to Mavers. Mavers with the ball overhead now brings it down to a dribble. To Fuentes, left wing, 3, contested, no good. Washington grabs the rebound.
Pryor now 3 of 11 from three-point range.
They've only scored 2 points here in the third quarter, halfway through it. Low post 2 won't go. Washington gets his own rebound from almost behind the backboard, is able to reach back with the wide wingspan and score. He's up to 21 points, 36-32. Washington is now 27 points away from 500. Down the far sideline. Ward feeds it, corner to Brock. Brock getting it back to Fuentes between the circles. McAlester with a 4-point lead. Believe it or not, this is their largest lead of the game. Near corner, Fuentes. Back to Mavers. Back door looking for Braden. Braden guarded well by Washington. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Pouncil. Pouncil ahead to Bickham. Bickham one-on-one. Low post with Mavers. Draws contact and he's fouled. And Devion Bickham to the charity stripe here. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. And that is the third personal on Jackson Mavers.
Both teams with 1 personal foul here in the third quarter.
Bickham so far tonight with 2 points. Caven Hill getting ready to check in for McAlester as well as Wesley Phillips. First free throw does spin through for Bickham. That had some English on it. So McAlester in the middle right now of a 17-2 run.
Is that good?
Ain't bad. Bickham's second free throw is good as well, so he makes both of his shots here at the trip to the charity stripe. He's 55% from the line on the year. So McAlester an 18-2 run, dating back to about the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 3:15 left in the third. Top of the key. Back outside to Mavers, left wing. Mavers guarded by Bickham. Mavers tries to get inside the three-point line, gets it near corner to Spurrier. Spurrier down to the low post. He scores and one. Take that back. That's Gage Lafrere. The 6-foot-tall freshman was able to make it an and-one opportunity here to try to bring it back to a one-possession game. It's now 38-34.
Fouls on Caven Hill, who is checking out. Davian Pouncil checking back in. And Cade French is also checking in for Devion Bickham.
But here in the third quarter, it's much more what you expected from McAlester.
Right.
They're back to playing their basketball that we've seen from them in the games that they've won this year. Free throw is missed. Ball's near the corner. French saves it. Tries throwing it to Pouncil, but he was out of bounds first. No one was around there for the Pryor Tigers, but an awkward bounce off of the hands of Davian Pouncil, who tried reaching out for the ball, led to a scramble for it, and it goes back to the Tigers for a chance to once again bring it back to a one-possession game. Inbound to Parks. Parks into the paint. Backs him on up. Pass back outside to Ward. Ward off a screen. Steps back. Left wing three. Can't connect. Rebounded by Washington. Ahead quickly to Smith. Smith down into the low post. 2 is up, and it rolls over the rim and scores. Brandon Smith now into double digits. He's got 11. 40-34. McAlester up by 6. Quickly to Lafrere. Takes the near corner 3 and buries it. One possession game again, 40-37. Lafrere all of a sudden with 5 quick points. 2:27 remaining in the third quarter. Smith gets into the paint, finds Pouncil mid-range, jump stops into the low post. He's being grabbed. They're going to call a jump ball.
What? Pryor did not have a hand on the ball, Brandon.
Prom isn't until next month. Maybe the month after that. I don't know anymore. But Pouncil was being held like an awkward prom picture.
French and Phillips checking out.
In no world is that a jump ball. But
I don't know.
But it is Pryor basketball. In Mays County tonight, it's a jump ball. 40-37. Here's an inbound that was tipped. Smith can't get it. Gets his way to Parks. Parks is slapped on the arm. They're going to call a foul that time. And they're going to call it on the shot, too. It looked like Parks was still making his way towards the low post before he went up with the 2, but they were going to call it on the shot. Again, that's just what my memory says, but my memory has failed me often. Smith, his third personal now. And now 2 free throws for Parks.
That's something you're definitely going to have to keep an eye on.
Parks' first free throw is good, and it's back to a 2-point game. 2:16 left in the third. Parks trying to make it a 1-point game, and he will do so. Makes both of his free throws. Parks is up to 11 points. He's quickly joined the likes of Ward, who had 13 in the first half to lead the way for the Tigers. Pouncil, guarded by Ward, spins it to the edge of the circle to Washington. McAlester up by 1. Washington was creeping up to the three-point line, now gets it to Smith on the edge of the circle. Bounce pass to Dooney, right front court. Under 2 minutes left in the third. McAlester slowing things down. Pass near sideline, in front of the bench to Smith. Quickly around to the left wing to Washington. Washington back to Dooney. Dooney finds a lane, attacks it. Double teamed along the baseline, lost it. Now double teamed in the corner. He's hit around, and it's off of the knee of Dooney, out of bounds. Turnover. McAlester will give the ball back here to the Tigers, and Facio will check back in for Dooney. 1:44 remaining in the third. McAlester will press on the inbound. Again, running full court man-to-man. Mavers guarded by Pouncil as he crosses the half-court line. Near corner to LaFrere. Back to Mavers. Front court to the near corner to Ward. Ward tries going baseline on Brandon, and he held him. He grabbed him, kind of like what we saw on the other side of the floor not too long ago, but this one gets the whistle.
And checking in will be Ryan Cornish.
And now Brandon picks up his fourth foul. Someone that doesn't normally get into foul trouble. Coach Dooney will call his first time out with 1:27 left in the third. 40-39, the McAlester Buffaloes leading by 1. And what is a nervous game for McAlester as we get closer to the fourth quarter. You're listening to McAlester Basketball here on KNED.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Got to give all the credit in the world to the Pryor Tigers. McAlster's had a chance to be able to run away with it here in the third quarter. They built up a 6-point lead, but immediately Pryor said we can't get too far behind. They got it back to a 1-point game with the chance to take the lead here with the inbound. Ward lobs it low post, came loose, taken back by LaFrere. LaFrere turned around, jump shot from inside the paint, won't go. McAlester maintains the lead for now. Bickham had the rebound, Washington down the floor. Washington to Pouncil baseline, right through his hands, out of bounds. Just a simple pass that went right through him. And he'll give the ball back to the Tigers. McAlester started off this third quarter like what you expect McAlester to play like when they've been playing well. But since then, again, Pryor's been able to get back into it. Here's a foul on Ryan Cornish as we had, I believe, Fuentes dribble right past him.
It's going to be free throws, I believe.
Foul count here in the third is 5-1. Advantage. Well, I guess advantage Pryor. It's Cornish's first personal, so now Fuentes with a chance to tie. First free throw is good, and it's tied up 40-40.
Pryor's 10 of 14 from the free throw line right now.
So Ward checks out, Spurrier comes in. Fuentes with a chance to give his team the lead. The righty does get it to go, and it's now 41-40, and now it's a run for the Tigers. It's a 7-0 run. McAlester playing without Brandon Smith for, a pretty good amount of time here. Picked up his fourth foul in the third quarter. Pouncil bounce pass to Facio baseline. Facio trying to back up. Parks back out near corner. Intercepted. Taken by Christian Fuentes. Fuentes no looking to Parks. Parks low post. Gets his man to jump past him and scores. It's now a 9-0 run for the Tigers with 40 seconds left in the third. Bickham behind the back dribble. Backs on up, guarded by Fuentes. Pass to Washington. 34 seconds left in the third. Jump stopping in. Washington for two. Won't get it, but he'll have two free throws on the way.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you were going to say it.
Go ahead.
Only the second team foul here on the Tigers here in the third quarter. But that is the fourth one on Jackson Mavers. Ward will check in, but he's also playing with three himself when he does check in. Washington's first free throw is made. He's up to 22 points.
Checking in for McAlester will be Dooney, and Phillips checking out will be Cornish and Facio.
Washington takes a big, deep breath. Second free throw in the air and made. Nothing but net. McAlester back down by 1, 43-42. 30 seconds left in the third. Long pass finds its way to Spurrier. Spurrier does creep his way across the half-court line, guarded by Pouncil. McAllister's got to be careful not to foul again because you send him right back to the free throw line. Parks, right wing. Pass out back into the front court. Coach Dooney yelling at Wesley Phillips to go guard Spurrier out beyond the perimeter. To the far corner, Fuentes, 9 seconds left. Here in the third quarter, Parks driving into the paint, outside. LaFreer for a near corner three, back ironed. Offensive board, 2 seconds. Free throw line, 2 is no good. Maybe a block shot. Yes, block shot by Devion Bigham at the buzzer. And Coach Nathan Smith really wanted that foul. But that will be the end of the third. The McAlester Buffaloes trailing 43-42 as we head to the fourth quarter in this big-time district matchup for McAlester. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil-filled accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Beginning the fourth quarter, 12 seconds in, Rodney Washington called for a travel here. He thought he was fouled first. But regardless, that's how the fourth quarter will begin. McAlester is down 43-42 to the Pryor Tigers. Pryor right now 8th in 5A4 in their standings as Spurrier is knocked to the ground. And there's going to be a travel down along the near sideline. Pryor fans aren't going to be happy there because they thought that Davian Pouncil fouled Spurrier.
Spurrier did push off, too, by the way.
7:39 left in the game. McAlester is down 43-42. But, again, this is the interesting thing about the Pryor Tigers. I've been telling everybody this. Even though they're 8th in the 5A4 standings, any given night they can give anyone, I'd say even Will Rogers, fits.
Right.
Just because they're more talented than you think. They're just also super young. Driving in Rodney Washington for 2. He's fouled. 2 more free throws here for Rodney Washington. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. You give Pryor a year or two, and they're going to be not at the bottom of the 5A4 anymore. They're going to find themselves in the middle of the pack, I think, as Rodney's first free throw is made. But still, this is the kind of rhythm that they're going on, the momentum that they're able to carry. Just a couple of district games ago, they won their first district game ever since we re-entered or went into districts for the first time. As Washington gives his team the lead by making both the free throws, it's now 44-43. So now they're trying to win their second district game in their last 3 matchups as Pouncil gets a quick foul, fouling Spurrier.
And that's 3 on Pouncil.
Again, Brandon Smith not playing to begin the fourth quarter as he's sitting with 4 fouls. Rodney Washington only has 1. Davian Pouncil does have 3, as Nate just mentioned. Alex Dooney also has 3. Far corner, LaFreer feeds it between the circles over to Braden Ward, who, by the way, has not scored in the second half yet. Ward, almost stolen by Bickham, finds his way to LaFreer. LaFreer picks up his dribble along the near sideline, back to Ward. McAlester with a 44-43 lead. Ward inside the paint, kicks it out. Parks, far corner 3 for the lead, short with a shot. Bickham climbs the ladder, gets the rebound, tries throwing it away. Ward gets a steal back. 2 is up. That one's missed. Offensive board again was stepping out of bounds there in the low post. There's going to be a foul called on Bickham now after an offensive board by LaFreer, who went up for 2. LaFreer stepped over to that baseline along the left side, it looked like. Again, that's what my initial thoughts were, but again, sometimes it's hard for the officials to see that. They're looking for all the hands and to see if anyone's fouling when you have it down in the paint like that.
That's just Bickham's first. Team second of the fourth quarter.
So now free throws here for Gage LaFreer, a chance to be able to tie and give his team the lead. (43-44), McAlester up by 1 here. First free throw is up and made, so we're tied up 44 all. Again, if you're just now joining us, maybe you didn't catch the pregame show. The reason why this is a big-time district matchup, other than it being the second-to-last district game, if McAlester loses this game, they cannot get the 4 seed. They have to win this game to be able to get the 4 seed. Second free throw. Rattles out. We're still tied. Washington with a rebound. 44 all, 6:50 left in the game. Washington down the middle of the floor with 25 points to his name so far. 23 away from 500 as a freshman. 6:40 left in the game. Pass left wing, baseline to Bickham. Bickham now feeds it to Washington. Left wing had the ball stripped loose by Spurrier with the steal. Spurrier wide dribble. Right to left he goes. Across the half-court line, finds Fuentes in the front court. Fuentes loosely double team. Now Dooney and Bickham close in a little bit tighter. To the circle now to Ward. Ward looking back to Fuentes, finds him with 6:19 left in the game. Near corner to LaFreer. LaFreer, jump pass, finding Ward. Ward steps up to the three-point line. Right wing three won't go. Ball's batted around. Pouncel's got the rebound. Ahead to Washington. 6:07 left. Washington stops. And a blocking foul called just inside the three-point line. And once again, Washington having trouble with that ankle, his right ankle. This time a little bit more pain than what he had in the first quarter. And he's going to have to come off the floor. And this is the time for Brandon Smith to check in. Facio will also check in. And Rodney Washington slams his hand down on the bench there. He's in a lot of pain right now. Foul was on number 14, Spurrier, his first, team second. Dooney, Smith, Facio, Phillips, and Hill on the floor for McAlester. Pouncil is also checked out, as we mentioned. But Smith, your team leader in steals per game, has to be careful with it on the defensive side of things now. And by the way, the only person on the floor with any points for McAlester this game is Brandon Smith, who has 11. Left wing, Smith with the basketball after the feed from Dooney. Under 6 minutes left. Smith feeds inside to Hill. Hill high post, back outside. Facio, far corner three, short with a shot. Hill fighting for the offensive rebound, finds his way to Smith instead. That floater from just outside the paint will go, banks it in to make it 46-44. And something, we had glasses come loose. Caven Hill's glasses came off in the process. He'll get him back, but McAlester retakes lead on a floater that banked in from Brandon Smith. He's got 13 points, 46-44, 5:40 left in the game.
McAllister's going to need him more than ever right now.
As McAlester waits and sees, again, how Rodney's going to feel too. But Brandon Smith, he was your go-to guy last year, led the team in points per game as a freshman. He's been in situations like this before, but he's got to be careful with the 4 fouls, especially defensively. And an off-ball foul or a warning.
Foul.
It's going to be a foul on Caven Hill, but they're calling it on both players, Caven Hill and Spurrier. And Alex Dooney, a coaching moment here for Caven Hill. Again, one of the senior leaders on this team tells Hill, hey, this is how you guard it. You got to keep your head right now. Now both teams have 3 team fouls apiece.
French and Bickham check in, Facio and Phillips check out.
5:21 left. McAlester leading 46-44. Inbound into the backcourt to Ward. Ward across the half-court line, guarded by Hill. Dribbles up to the high post, back outside left wing. Wigington back to Ward, who dribbles it back out beyond the perimeter. Into the front court he goes, kind of a space between him and Bickham. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass top, the key to Wigington. Feeds it back to Ward. Ward along the three-point line, back out to Wigington straight away. Picks up his dribble to the right front court. Brock Ward now with the ball. Back out to Braden. 4:50 left. 46-44. McAlester up by 2. Every possession, we're on pins and needles right now. Braden stops along the three-point line. Feeds it back over to Brock. A lot of time off this possession here for the Tigers. Driving in Brock for 2, and the tie won't get it. Charge called instead. Drawing the charge, Cade French with a big-time charge gives McAlester the ball back. And Rodney Washington looks like he's going to be okay. He's checking in for Caven Hill. That's just been a lingering injury for Rodney Washington. Nothing to be able to take him out, but it's something to really bother him.
Right.
Like I said, ever since that game against Plainview, that right ankle. 46-44, Rodney back into the game. He gets the ball from Dooney in the near sideline. Pass high post, right elbow. Back outside, far corner French. Will now feed it back over to Dooney inside the circle. 46-44, McAlester up by a deuce with 4:16 left in the game. Pass angle right to Washington inside the three-point line. Smith left alone. Lob pass back over to Washington. who defied gravity a little bit there to be able to grab that ball still in midair. Washington backpedals on up now.
He's done that a time or two already in his freshman year.
Halfway through the fourth, Buffalo's trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Long pass to the left wing to French. French back to Dooney in the front court. And a foul called here. That'll be the 5th foul. That's free throws here for Alex Dooney.
And that's the second personal on number 22 for Pryor.
Which is Brett Wigington.
Sorry, I didn't realize the roster was right in front of me.
So Alex Dooney, 2 free throws here. Dooney on the season is a 58% free throw shooter. He had 11 points last time out against Pryor. Looking for his first points today. First free throw is good. McAlester up by 3, 47-44.
Pouncil checking in here for Cade French. So you got your 5 starters.
I was about to say that.
You're
starting
welcome.
5 back on the floor for McAlester.
That's for stealing all 3 of my keys to the game.
Dooney's second free throw, big one. Makes it a 2-possession game, 48-44. McAllister's largest lead has been 6 points. Pryor's was 10. And in the middle of that 10-point lead, McAlester counteracted it with an 18-2 run. And that's why McAlester is up right now. 48-44. Fuentes bumps into Dooney. Dooney keeps the hands back. Doesn't have the whistle get blown on him. 3:33 left in the game. Ward roaming around the front court. Lost the ball. Gives it to Mavers. Mavers playing with 3 fouls, guarded by Bickham. Off a screen, Mavers goes the other way. Stops inside to Parks. Parks left alone. Goes up for 2 and scores. Brandon Smith was guarding him, but he had to leave Parks alone. Don't want to get that 5th foul. It's 48-46. Parks up to 15 points off the bench. Dooney edge of the circle to Washington, left wing. Cross-court pass to Pouncil, right wing. Pouncil looks inside. Smith kind of roaming around. Now Smith gets the ball near corner, back to Pouncil. Pouncil had a lane, does not attack it. Again, McAlester just looking for the open shot right now. 48-46, slowing things down. Pass high post, went through Smith's hands off of the head of Lafreur, stolen by Ward. Ahead to Mavers, 2:50 left in the game. Parks has the pocket picked by Bickham out of bounds. Staying with the Tigers here with 2:47 left in the game. Here on this Valentine's night. Ward looks inside, finds Parks, and Parks can't tie the game. Dooney comes up with the rebound, and draped on the back of him is Lafreur. More free throws here for Alex Dooney. That's, again, over the limit here for the Pryor Tigers. Dooney with big free throws down the line.
That's just the first for Lafreur.
Lafreur has been great off the bench, too. I mean, the bench of the Pryor Tigers is truly what is keeping them in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking just between Lafreur and, as Dooney misses the first free throw, left it short, just looking between Lafreur and Parks, that is 21 points off the bench. That's in the game right now.
It's almost half their points.
Dooney's second free throw is made, so they do extend their lead to now 49-46, but it is still a 1-possession game. Mavers in the front court gets a screen from Parks. Works opposite of the screen. Stops along the perimeter, left wing. Back out near corner to Lafreur. Lafreur high post. Ward gets Washington to jump up with him. Misses the shot, gets his own rebound out into the corner. Near corner, Ward on the drive. Up into the paint. 2 is up and made. 1-point game. 60-second timeout called by Nathan Smith of Pryor. 49-48, McAlester up by 1 with 2:21 left in the game. We encourage you to stick around. This is going to be a fantastic finish. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we mentioned it. The Pryor Tigers are undefeated when scoring 50 points or more. Excuse me, not undefeated. They're 4-2. All of their wins have come when scoring 50 points or more. It's going to have to be that way again. McAlester is leading 49-48, 2:15 left in the game. As Alex Dooney takes it across the half-court line. Dooney drives into the mid-range area, gets Parks to jump up and scores right around Parks. Dooney has been big here in the fourth quarter as McAlester they don't retake the lead, they strengthen their lead, back up to 3. Near corner 3 by LaFrere to tie it. Got it! LaFrere, the freshman, right through the hoop to make it 51-51. We have less than 2 minutes left. Buckle up. Brandon Smith gets the feed from Dooney. Smith backpedals on up. Near the half-court line, tries to cross over Fuentes. 1:41 left in the game. Pass to Washington between the circles. Washington feeds high post to Smith. Back outside to Pouncil. Baseline. Bickham. Bickham driving, triple team. Back outside, Rodney. Right wing 3. Paint it gold! Rodney Washington right back at you. 54-51. He's up to 28.
Just what the doctor ordered.
1:18 left and a foul called on Pouncil. That'll be his 4th. Team 4th as well. Now Pouncil and Smith both playing with 4 fouls. But LaFrere has been fantastic off the bench. He's got 9 points. Rodney Washington closing in on 30 yet again. Spurrier down the floor to the right wing to tie it again. This one airballed. Smith's got the rebound after Ward couldn't hit the 3. Ahead to Bickham. Bickham one-on-one to the low post. He's pushed and he got it and one. Devion Bickham. Cha-ching plus tax. As McAlester up to a 5-point lead.
Foul was on Fuentes, his first.
By the way, we're keeping a score update on Tahlequah and Tulsa Edison. It's a 2-point Edison lead over Tahlequah right now, the latest update that we got.
That was 13 minutes ago.
Again, McAlester, to be able to keep the 4 seed alive, they have to win tonight. And Tahlequah must lose. Bickham's free throw won't go, though. It's still a 5-point game, though, and a 2-possession lead. 60 seconds left in the game. Fuentes takes the right angle 3, grazes the front side of the iron, rebounded by Pouncil. Bickham now has it in stride. Bickham taking it down the floor, jump stops inside the paint, is fouled again as he threw up a prayer from 6 feet out. 2 free throws coming up for Devion Bickham.
That is the 4th on Braden Ward.
Ward has done a great job of staying out of foul trouble after picking up his 3rd at the buzzer at the end of the second quarter.
You're exactly right.
Again, Bickham, a 55% season free throw shooter, missed his last attempt on the and one attempt, and he misses this one here. What's the McAlester Buffaloes at the free throw line tonight? I don't feel like it's been that great.
13 and 19.
No, that's not too bad. That's around their season average. Season average 66% for McAlester. Bickham's 2nd free throw. Missed them both, but an offensive board by Dooney. He has his shot blocked by Parks out of bounds, and he has something to say to Dooney, and a technical foul will be on somebody. I think it's going to be either on Mavers or Parks.
We'll wait to see who it's officially on.
Parks delivered a big-time block on Alex Dooney.
Technical.
The technical is on Parks. Again, said something to Dooney. And Parks is trying to plead his case to the official that he didn't say anything malicious, but Rodney Washington, this is why it's a big deal. I mean, McAllister's going to get the ball anyway, but you get 2 free throws too. Rodney hits the first free throw to make it a 6-point game, 57-51. If he makes his next shot, he's up to 30 points, and McAlester will have their largest lead of the game with 48 seconds left. 2nd free throw is made. That's exactly what he does. It's a 7-0 run for McAlester since a 3-pointer by LaFrere has tied it with 2 minutes left. So the Buffaloes get the ball back. I know Alex Dooney only has 5 points. How big of a fourth quarter has he had?
He has been huge.
43 seconds left, so far. And Smith will be fouled on his way towards the basket.
That's 5 on Ward.
Yeah, Ward just committed his 5th foul, fouling Smith as he was trying to get away from Ward in the corner. So now Ward is gone, and McAlester, after kind of sweating a little bit for pretty much all of this game, he can kind of breathe a little bit easier. Things are looking okay.
Wigginton's going to check in for Ward.
Doesn't mean that that's completely over. The game is sealed, but you can breathe a little bit easier. Smith's first free throw is good. 59-51. This is only the the seventh time this year that the Pryor Tigers have scored over 50. Now they're 4-2 and they score over 50. Their only losses now, if they don't complete the comeback against McAlester, will be against McAlester twice and Sallisaw. Second free throw is back ironed by Smith. Bickham was hanging on top of Spurrier. Pryor fans wanted that foul. Far corner. Mavers with the basketball. Bickham got the steal, throws it towards Pouncil, came back loose, taken back by Wigginton. Looking inside, Fuentes, 2-pointers up and good. And a quick timeout called by Nathan Smith with 26 seconds left. That's why I said this one is not over just yet. It's still a two-possession game. 59-53. We'll take a break and return in just a moment on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001444485.
The Buffaloes not completely out of the woods. It's still a two-possession game. McAlester Buffaloes do lead 59-53. But again, Ward is out of the game for the Tigers, who has fouled out. And there's also Mavers playing with 4 fouls himself. An inbound over to Smith. Smith holds on to the ball, and there'll be a foul called here in the corner. Coach Smith wanted the jump ball. Smith will go to the other side of the floor for 2 free throws here. Calling the foul on Christian Fuentes. That's only his second. Smith just needs to make one of these free throws to make it a 3-possession game again. Again, I'm hearing some Pryor fans on the other side. They were wanting the jump ball pretty badly. Smith's first free throw is good. And honestly, had an argument for it. But at the same time, McAlester feels like they were due one after the jump ball that was given earlier this quarter, I believe, when Pouncil looked like he had a rebound. Second free throw by Smith. Got them both. He's up to 16 points. McAlester leads 61-53, an 8-point lead, 20 seconds left. Driving in, floater up by Fuentes. He can't get the roll. Washington has the rebound. Washington throws it, trying to find Bickham. Bickham grabs it with 13 seconds. He's in the clear. He will slam it home with the right hand, and that will be the ball game here in Mays County. 4 seconds left. 10-point McAlester lead. But Devion Bickham makes sure that he caps off this win with an exclamation point. Checking in will be Jonathan Wright with 4.8 seconds left. McAlester Buffaloes will survive after they were tied up 51-51. They finished the game on what could be, as their far corner three by Fuentes won't go. Offensive board, 2-pointer won't go either. Rebounded by Rodney Washington, and that's the ball game. McAlester, again, after being tied up 51-51 in the final 2 minutes, went on a 12-2 run to end the game and end this 4-game losing streak, and to improve to 11-11 on the year with a possible chance. Again, we're still waiting on the Edison Tahlequah score to get updated, but with a possible chance at still the 4 seed tomorrow when we head back to the MAC. So, ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. The Buffaloes win 63-53. We'll take a break and recap it all when we return here on KNED.
The largest largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, here at the Burdick Center in Pryor Creek, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes, they get out of that losing streak that they've been in, and they win by 10 points over the Pryor Tigers tonight and get back in the win column. 63-53 was the final. Nate, we're going to get to our post-game stats in a little while, but it was a gritty win for McAlester. The Buffaloes did not play their best ball tonight, and they were still able to win when it mattered. Again, in foul trouble, when you had frustrations that were starting to boil, you started to see some growth here by the McAlester Buffaloes, be able to put that to the side. And when it was tied up 51-51 after a big-time three that was made by the Tigers, Rodney Washington adds it with a three, and then before you knew it, they went on a 12-2 run to be able to end the game and end that four-game losing streak, get back to an 11-11 game. And we are looking at the final here. Whew! Big-time win for McAlester, not just tonight in Pryor, but also – I believe that's over in Tahlequah, right?
Yeah, that was in Tahlequah.
Over in Tahlequah, Edison defeats Tahlequah 53-51, which means tomorrow the McAlester Buffaloes, it's for all the marbles. And whoever wins, if it's McAlester or Tahlequah, the winner of that game will take home the 4 seed in the 5A4 standing. So McAlester, if they want the 4 seed, this is all that matters. You have to win. If you lose, you don't get it. If you win, you do get it. If you lose tomorrow, then you're also having to look at what might happen down in the 6 and the 7 seeds. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll do all the prep tonight and on Valentine's night. But we thank you for being our date for Valentine's night tonight. So let's go ahead and let's look at our post-game stats now, brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive. You're a full-service automotive and transmission repair shop, brake work and heat and air repair. Plus, we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 2201 North Main Street, McAllister. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323.
All right, Rodney Washington was your leading scorer today. He had 30 points on 10 of 16 shooting, very efficient from the field. He was 8 of 9 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds and 3 steals. Brandon Smith had 16 points, most of those coming in the second half, I believe. He also had 9 rebounds, along with 5 offensive, 4 defensive, and 2 steals. Devion Bickham had 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals and 2 blocks. Alex Dooney had a big 5 points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he was huge in the fourth quarter. We're going to break down individual performances in a little bit, but again, I think Coach Dooney was talking about how much Alex can make a difference, even though he doesn't fill up the stat sheet every night. If you don't have Alex Dooney in the fourth quarter, some of the big swings that you have in the fourth may not happen.
And one thing that Coach Dooney talked about in that interview, by the way, Alex Dooney was the team leader in plus-minus. He was a plus 20.
Look at that.
Let's see. Davian Pouncil had 4 points tonight. He did have 10 rebounds, 4 offensive, 6 defensive, a steal and 2 blocks. Wesley Phillips did not record he only had a foul in this game today. But he did provide a lot of defensive interior presence as well. Johnny Fascio had an offensive rebound. Let's see. It went the other direction when I tried to scroll. I love that.
Nate's video director, but he doesn't know anything about technology.
Okay.
Let's look at your team stats.
McAllister ended up shooting 48% from the field.
Wow,
after the way they started. That is very impressive. 21 to 44. Pryor 18 of 51 from the field. Good for 35%. McAllister just 3 of 14 for 21% from three-point range. Pryor 5 of 20 for 25%. From the free throw line, basically dead even. Percentage-wise, McAllister 18 of 26. Pryor 12 of 17. Pryor with the slight edge in percentage. I'm going to skip over the next stat because we're going to talk about that separately. McAllister had 19 turnovers compared to Pryor's 11. McAllister had 4 blocks to Pryor's 2. But the rebounding stats, my goodness. McAllister had 39 rebounds. Pryor had 14.
Oh, wow.
14 rebounds.
That's a 25 rebound difference. The last time that these two teams played, it was a 14 rebound difference. McAllister had 30, and Pryor had 16. So that's 30. So McAllister had the same amount of rebounds in their first matchup than Pryor had in the whole series this year.
Yep.
So that's going to win you a lot of games, especially when you look at a close game like what we had tonight in a 63-53 final. So first off, I want to break down some individual performances. Rodney Washington, now 18 points away from 500. How was he tonight?
He was fantastic. I mean, he was everything he has been built up to be and more. And, yeah, I mean, there's not much more you can say, but, I mean, he has been probably the most impressive freshman that we've seen.
Brandon Smith, he was also fantastic today. Slow start for Smith, missed some shots that he normally makes, and also got into some early foul trouble. But still, despite the foul trouble, came into the fourth quarter with 4 fouls. He was right there with Alex Dooney, one of the most pivotal figures in the fourth quarter. It was a team effort in the fourth quarter to be able to win that game, and Brandon Smith applied just about as much as anybody did in the fourth quarter there.
And that's what Coach Dooney preaches every day.
Then, again, Devion Bickham had a big, strong presence in the fourth quarter, a big and one near the end of the game. So, Devion Bickham with a fantastic outing. And, of course, you said Davian Pouncil applying plenty of pressure, who always hustles every single game. But Alex Dooney, I mean, he made some of the biggest plays in the fourth quarter when McAllister really needed it, when Pryor was going on runs or McAllister was trying to extend their lead. He was getting offensive rebounds. He was scoring down in the low post. He was making free throws when McAlester needed it the most. And, again, I was impressed with the team play of the fourth quarter, especially in the second half. McAllister's first half wasn't good. No. I mean, for the first,
it was definitely not their best half of basketball.
For the first 14 minutes, again, you're looking at 16-minute halves. For the first 14 minutes, McAlester barely had 20 points.
Yeah.
So to be able to really finish the second quarter strong and have a pretty strong second half with the exception of a couple of minutes, it was pretty impressive for McAlester to be able to, again, shake off some of the early frustrations, something that they have not done at times this year. So, or at times this year when things would go the opposite way, things kind of crumbled down. Tonight, they said, okay, we got to take it on the chin, and then we have to keep on moving forward. That's what the Buffaloes did, and it led to a 10-point win with their biggest game of the season coming up tomorrow now officially. As we mentioned, the Tahlequah Tigers did lose tonight, so McAlester gets a game up on the Tahlequah Tigers. It's still 4 against 5 tomorrow, but the winner of tomorrow's game will take the 4th seed in the 5A4 standings. McAlester, though, if they lose that game, I think that they would still be above Durant or Coweta. I think with their win tonight, they would still be above, unless Durant wins both their games remaining on their schedule, because Durant has the head-to-head over McAlester. So 6th seed could still be in jeopardy for McAlester. I don't think the Buffaloes can finish 7th place now. So Durant could still jump McAlester for the 5th seed, depending on what happens in their final 2 games. McAlester cannot finish 7th, but if they win tomorrow against Tahlequah, they will take the 4th seed, period, into discussion. So that is what's on the line for tomorrow. Nate, do you have any final thoughts on this one?
Well, I just wanted to say Pryor is the one playing Durant tomorrow, and then they've got to play Coweta.
Okay, so then you're looking at all these teams kind of pairing up with each other from the 4th seed down to the 8th. So the Pryor Tigers only lost by 1 to Durant last time out, so that's not a gimme there for the Lions either. So it's going to be interesting to see how these final 2 games play out. If McAlester loses and Durant wins their next 2, they jump McAlester for the 5 seed. If McAlester wins tomorrow, they get the 4, no questions asked. So that's what's on the line. We hope to see you tomorrow. We hope to see you there as we also have the seniors be honored for all their hard work to the program, both for the Lady Buffs and the Buffaloes as well. And if you cannot make it, we'll have it here back on the radio side of things, back on the video side of things at 1 o'clock for the girls tip-off and 2:30 for the boys. I don't know when senior night festivities will be happening, but that's why you need to come anyway. It's going to be the final home game of the season no matter what.
And we'll announce it whenever we really find out on the air.
All right, well, we've been already talking too long, so now let's thank our sponsors, and we'll wrap things up here from Mays County.
All right, I'd like to thank Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, the Bank N.A., Vinton Nissan, Friesen Flare Heat and Air, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, McAlester Direct Primary Care, Stipe Law Firm, and Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop. Thank you for putting us on the air not only tonight, but all season long.
And, of course, a big thank you to our board operator, Austin Wheat, for his work tonight, and thank you, the listener, for spending your Valentine's night with us. It was an honor to have a date with you tonight. One final time from the Burdick Center in Pryor, Oklahoma. The Lady Buffaloes fell tonight 70-34, but the Buffaloes avenged that loss with a big-time win 63-53 over the Pryor Tigers. Until about 16 hours from now when McAlester has senior day in the regular season finale back of the MAC against Tahlequah. On behalf of Nate Brown and myself, this is Brandon Green saying, Buffaloes win. And don't just have a great night. Have a Buffalo night, everybody. Night-night, Harper.